हेलो 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 व्हाट्सअप व्हाट्सअप व्हाट्सअप, क्या हाल है क्या हाल है क्या हाल है, कैसे हो कैसे हो कैसे हो। एक तो T1 वर्सेस ये वाला लगा देता हूँ मैं पहले। ऐड वैड चले आने दो, थोड़ा सा इंट्रो विंट्रो हो जाए, थोड़ा गोल गोल सेट कर देते। पता है मेरे को गोल कंप्लीट होते नहीं है, मैं क्या ही कर सकता हूँ। भाई साहब T1 और NS में कौन ही जीतेगा। मेरे को तो NS लग रही है, बाकी T1 की मैंने लाइनअप देखी नहीं है। रुको VLR खोलने दो, VLR ओपन करूँगा तब पता लगेगा, क्योंकि मैंने अभी तक नहीं देखी है। T1 की लाइनअप नहीं देखी है। NS तो ठीक है, T1 NS T1 NS T1 NS T1 NS T1 NS T1 NS। T1 में ईजू है, मीटियोर है, मंचकिन है, स्टैक्स है और बस है। ओके डैम्बी एक्स बे डैम्बी एक्सरोस। अच्छा ये तो, हाँ ये तो अपन ने परसों ही तो देखी है ये लाइनअप। ये लाइनअप तो अपन ने परसों ही देखी है। कितना टाइम के बाद पी रहा हूँ मैं आज, वो भी पेट में गड़बड़ है इसके लिए।
Oh, slow down.
It's unfortunate that house is not really super common to acquire in South Korea, so you don't really have a porch to hang out on.
True.
Yell at the local youth.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So not something that you can look forward to in your old age, but maybe one day we expand out. We're gonna move to Ilsan.
Yeah, there we go.
Then you can have that one. But
Let's retire together.
Yeah, we've redone the music, so I think we are now ready to go. So let's go ahead and hop into game. Two squads in the black and red, Nongshim versus T1.
Fantastic. And yes, indeed. Like I mentioned just a second ago, Meteor, the only player in VCT Pacific history to have 2 international trophies, 2 Masters trophies, one with Munchkin, one without. So now he's joined his old IGL once again, and I gotta tell you, everybody is so keen on Munchkin joining this team and how much it could improve T1, especially in the Korean region. All the players talking about what a threat
स्टार्ट हो गया गाइस, रुको एक स्टोरी हो जाए, बाकी सब परफेक्ट है। सो गाइस डे 3 है आज VCT पैसिफिक का। T1 वर्सेस NS चल रहा है, इसके बाद DRX खेलने वाली है अगेंस्ट फुल सेंस। जल्दी से लिंक पर टैप करो, आ जाओ स्ट्रीम पे, एंजॉय करते हैं और आज देखते हैं कि T1 कैसा खेलती है।
Talking about it on the desk, where he wants to see them maybe not pay T1 as much respect as they have in the past, the other Korean teams in general. So for now though,
पहला राउंड मिड कंट्रोल स्प्लिट है। स्प्लिट पे इफ यू आर प्लेइंग यूरू रेस बढ़िया ही है, दिक्कत नहीं है।
Looks like it is going to be this mid into B linger, at least for the moment. Nongshim could always go for a pivot through the vents, but this does have them gambling to the correct side and weaker side of the map. Now be trying to set up the relay bolt, not going to be able to find the sub of the blind, just connect, and he's able to get on top of Meteor to find the kill. Much
gonna be good for भाई ये डैम्बी मारेगा।
confirmed for the second, and Francis
डैम्बी फ्रांसिस मिलके मारते।
take down Buzz. Now just 2 remaining here for T1. Izu suspicious about the box, now has his suspicions confirmed, and eventually is able to find the shot. Will dodge around the majority of those hits from Ivy, so falls down to 70.
2 sheriffs here though. T1 still could do this in this 2v3.
Is workable. Shot out. Oh my god, what a shot from Stacks to his former teammate. RP destroyed, but he's gonna have to try to find one last shot. Heard the TP.
पर फ्रांसिस
The 3K for Nongshim to take the opening pistol round, but my goodness, did Stacks make him sweat.
That almost turned into a classic Stacks clutch, but just came up short. And a beautiful round from Francis with the Ghost. Really clean with it. Crosshair placement. Very, very good there, especially on Buzz's peek out of alley. Izu here, able to settle it down just enough. First one was Francis just so reliable right now as a player, no matter what he's been.
सोचो गाइस, कल मेरी जीई की जर्सी धोने गई थी, आज जीई की जर्सी यही है वापस।
Job lately, been rather proficient, of course. Ambi
जबकि कल जी का मैच था और जी की जर्सी मेरे को मिली नहीं थी. रुको हो गया. क्या लगता है गाइस, T1 आज भी 0-2 हो जाएगी? क्योंकि बहुत सारी टीम्स एक्चुअली पैसिफिक में 0-2 ही हुई है जितना मेरे को याद है. Short.
Ends up getting picked apart. Ivy finds the trade back. It's going to be abandoned there as Nambi once again looking for the entry.
Oh, nice.
Time nearly does that double take that cost him his life. Series versus Team Secret, but this time he's able to confirm the kill, but does fall down to 2 HP. Here spotting out a little bit more.
बढ़िया.
Just fast enough to dodge out the shots.
Dambi को फाइट ही नहीं करना चाहिए, जज बचानी चाहिए.
Paint shell out either.
Nice. बट आरबी मार के क्या ही कर लेगा. मैं तो कभी-कभी वो सोचता हूँ कि भाई एंटी को अगर वुमेन को किल्स दे रहे हो, वुमेन को फ्रैग फीड करवा रहे हो,
pretty impactful last time on split against Team Secret, and
मजा नहीं आएगा.
he had a really nice paranoia in the
यही एक्सट्रॉस को अगर फीड करवाते.
Now he picks up a nice 3K, cheeky little setup. You only lose one to it, so this is really nicely managed by Nongshim overall. Few wonky relay bolts from Dambi. One of them sent way off into space in the pistol round, and that one just didn't quite bounce the way he wanted to try to catch Meteor. Didn't matter though. Still able to get the job done plenty. Let's see a quick little pivot here from Munchkin.
Big, but they're just going to up the pace completely. I mean, Dambi is already in here. He's blinded up.
Bro!
The gap close, so Munchkin still falls to the wayside. Kill found. Buzz.
Bro!
She's getting all turned around as Dambi's able to find a second, but Meteor is there, peeling back some of this pressure as he gets himself a third. Already a good amount of damage suffered, though, from T1. Any more than Ivy can find, even without a round win and a bonus conversion, would still feel pretty damn good. Stacks around the corner, waiting for the timing, plays it perfectly.
कोई नहीं, प्लांट मिल गया, 3 फ्रैग्स मिल गए, 2 बंदे ही जिंदा है.
The weapon cannot be drawn out, so with the defuse, T1 will get themselves their first round win.
Well, this is one of the rounds that I'm sure the coach of T1 is a little bit flustered with. You know, Munchkin there, knowing that there's going to be a shotgun in play, kind of flirts with the angle to try to bait him in a little bit, but Dambi so elusive. And this is just phenomenal.
Problem यही हो रही है, एक शॉट में फ्रैग्स नहीं मिल रहे.
Great response here from T1 in terms of, okay, they go in for the fast hit. Let's just go in.
मेरे को पता नहीं, इस बार नॉक्शन की टीम बहुत अच्छी लग रही है बे. मजा आ रहा है नॉक्शन को देखने में.
Establish any better positions, get in there and just halt the execute before.
I'm loving the team of Nongshim right now. I don't know.
Again, but a little bit of different.
Like for real, I'm loving it.
Post positioning off this teleport.
Well, this time he's got his own judge. Trying to have them fall into the trap, but they do not. Shots just going to be exchanged through the smoke.
Well, you know what they say: if you can't beat them, join them.
This time, though, a bit of a stalemate. They go their separate ways. 2-1-2 split here for T1. Meteor hitting back just a little bit so they can get some additional eyes now onto this mid position. So Buzz does help to try to reinforce, but it's going to be a quick clear of the boom bots. Overall, an immense amount of info gained.
Such a fast clear. Buzz is thinking, okay, maybe that actually isn't a mid hit. Better scooped back in towards A. So far, it is still just mid angle for Nongshim. Munchkin hasn't quite got the read on this round yet. So this one clearly a bit off kilter, off balance.
Tries to just ignore Dambi, but still ends up getting caught up by the judge. So
hey!
Munchkin able to find it, gives him a taste of that medicine. Danger of getting spammed out of this position though at backside. Doesn't have another TP to try to reposition. Great
hell nah, in the smoke.
180's back. He's able to find stacks. Shell's gonna be lobbed in. Doesn't quite find the mark onto Extros, but it does get RB. Swing out of the smoke, and Buzz just kept.
But ये 1v1 तक नहीं जाना चाहिए था. बहुत गंदा राउंड था ये.
Great work from them again. It's all about the early round here for Nongshim. Playing a little bit slower off the back of a very quick bonus that almost got T1. The money's going to be atrocious. Let's see here. They just took their time, and just watching the mini-map, T1 never got a read, of course. Munchkin here.
I mean, he looks like he's playing an arena shooter.
He does.
He's playing Quake. Everybody else is playing Valorant.
Exactly. I don't know. He's playing Unreal Tournament, and we're all just in his world.
पर 3-1 बहुत फास्ट चल रहा है और अच्छा चल रहा है बे. no T1 फंसेगी.
Bottom of ropes or something from that position.
डैम भी भाग रहा है खाली जज लेके.
Challenged him close, caught him off guard.
This time Stacks not able to deliver any magic with that Sheriff. Quickly does get taken down. Francis with that Outlaw, making swift work of him. Dink is found from Izu, but
145.
Kill confirmed, so Extra survives with 5 HP. Meteor, Sink by now does manage to delay, gets the kill onto the enemy Fade. T1 certainly worse for wear.
Oh, 78.
Buzz will fall, and that leaves just Munchkin noted on the flank, but not dealt.
Hello now.
TPN trying to grab this weapon.
A 1v3 है.
Damage can get done. None. Francis.
उधर फ्रांसिस अपनी आउटलॉ चला रहा है.
Nongshim now up by 3.
I think you might be considering a timeout here as T1 in particular, because this was your side of the map that you chose here for split. It's the side of the map that generally you're doing your damage as T1 is on defender's side. You went 9-3 against Fnatic on their defender's half at the SVL, so might be
मेरे को क्यों फील आ रही है एक नोंगशिम जाएगी एक जी जाएगी और तीसरी पेपर एक्स जाएगी.
Confidence, the momentum that Nongshim has got to be feeling, but all those ults available, maybe you just like what you're hearing from Munchkin.
This was one of the things that we had discussed with Chobra during the SVL. When we saw T1 go up against Feral, was that fast pace, that reckless abandon, that certain juice sometimes it can catch you off guard, but we did see.
अबे लेकिन बहुत अच्छा फेक आउट सेल किया है काइंड ऑफ. अगर फेक आउट सेल होता है तो जो अभी तक नहीं हुआ है.
Be curious to see if that happens again. As Meteor out in the mid, able to find 2 kills before getting taken down. It's a massive trade up here in favor of T1.
Yeah, this time just kind of playing for some of those longer angle fights, wanting to put those Vandals to good use.
Izu is in perfect position now to try to catch the 2 players exiting through sewer.
I'd like to see him. No, they're not going to look. Well,
kind of checking for it. A little bit whiffy on the first, but eventually he's able to find it and confirms it.
खराब लगा रे. टीपी मार गया वो.
You can just kind of hold the line here. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can just be one of those things where Munchkin just takes a little while to download all the information.
वो मेटियोर 2 मार गया ना. बात तो उधर आ गई. मेटियोर अगर 2 नहीं मारता तो बच जाते. मिड पे मेटियोर ने 2 मार दिए.
Able to stop Dombi before he's able to get going. Good work by Buzz there, and Meteor just swings out in the mid. Does what he does best and claims lives. Ivy.
अब डाम्बे के पास चांस है अपनी अल्टी पे राउंड निकालने का, तो ये 5-2 हो सकता है.
Maybe given that he had, you know, he's got 15-50.
He could.
Good amount, and he's 1 away from having the pit online, so I thought maybe he would try to make a play either for a kill or a death, but it's like we'll just go ahead and hold the weapon, try to bolster the economy.
Perfect है, गन के साथ जाओ अगले राउंड में.
Come down to ultimates. T1 now.
Those who are new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, guys. 2 लोग देख रहे हो यार.
I think if he went for anything there, I wouldn't fault him in the least. To add on to what you're saying is, not only is he 1 away from an ultimate, but T1 wouldn't get any extra ult orbs out of that. On top of that, T1's players' economy is in the bin, so if you could take an extra gun, you might be able to force out a Guardian or a Bulldog or something in this round instead. So,
Point though.
but doesn't want to do it. That's also totally legit, totally fine. You know, the economy here is maybe a little shaky for Nongshim.
Won't be the dimensional drift to open things up from Francis. But a spam from Munchkin trying to catch somebody on timing.
कितना फास्ट होता है, धड़ धड़ धड़.
As he goes up and over the top, and he's going to go ahead.
खुद भी फट गया.
As RB will go with him.
3v2 हो गया क्योंकि खुद भी फट गया. फ्रांसिस ने वहां पे मीटियोर को फोड़ दिया. ये फास्ट स्केल अप करेंगे अब.
While the flank getting ready to come through out of mid. Pings are coming down, so it seems like those footsteps have been noted by Izu. He's just going to be trying to exit
गलती कर दी.
open.
1v2 contact pick, contact pick.
It's a very hard angle.
बाबा contact pick. हाँ बढ़िया बच गए. But that was a perfect play for contact play. भाई contact पे खेल, बाहर आने दो उसको.
Yeah, just again the response here from T1 is to try to peel back from the initial hit.
बाहर आने देते, contact पे खेलते.
Showstopper. He can't find Dombi. He's looking for him. Has to go for the target that's right under his feet and take some damage from Nongshim and his own rocket. Ivy there. Steady pair of hands.
Oh, shit. It's a big round to get through. You got 3 ultimates out of T1, and you got the win on that. Only having to commit your own dimensional drift, so massive victory for Nongshim. As Pit now spreading out into mid. This is our new Pit view for anybody who hasn't watched in a while.
Yeah. It is actually there, don't worry.
I'll let check look at the spot.
It up. And very patient play. Nongshim, they put attention into mid previously, and that ended up being their vector of attack. But with that Pit there, this time T1 even more confident to kind of give up that mid space, leave Meteor to his own devices. You know how good he is. Comes to just being that lurk player, being on his own.
The gamble though.
Gamble is paying off.
Back through, Buzz forward. Just Judge in hand, is able to find one. Dombey going to be taken down. Pain Shell sent. Just go ahead, push back that pressure. T1 find an opening kill. Try to pull off this half force.
And they've sent Ivy out to their side of the map. So he can maybe win a battle out there.
Judge not, or rather the Judge still set up here. Falling for the clone, now swinging in. Gets him
गलती की है ना, thrifty है, पर गलती की है ना. सब पता है जज है, close range में खड़ा है, क्यों challenge करनी है?
Yeah, that's huge. Blessing that Pit. A bit of a half by. Getting this time Buzz with the Judge right up close and personal. Tombey's trying to get out of there instantly. He's like, oh no, that's not what I wanted to see. Great flash there. Sets up for the finish. Nicely done. But now you get the op. Couple ults though. Shotgun there for Dombey. Some stingers as well. Now the money's running dry for Nongshim, and Izu's already got one.
Not sure if he had a glimpse before the paranoia fully blinded, or if he just sent that one and got lucky with it. Either way, damn good kill, damn good punish, and that very much slows down the approach from Nongshim. France is now having to back away as well.
खराब कर दिया रे, खुद ने खराब किया. नोंगशम ने तो पिछला राउंड जीतती, 6-2 पे होती.
He's going to give up that space a bit though. Gives an opportunity here, Stacks, to kind of hold the line potentially. There's a shotgun floating around there now, dropped off of Dombey. They back off of this. Actually had a moment there. Nice shot by Izu again.
Quick with it. On having to be cleared. Oh, but there's at least going to be one still here at ramp. Just trying to narrow down the possibilities. Meanwhile, Meteor finding some contact in mid. TP forward. Up the enemy.
Shot.
Snaps onto the head.
Shot.
Manages to steady
Meteor is meteoring.
down. Stacks now will end up falling. Ivy able to get some damage through with that stinger. Stops it from being a flawless, but Spike is stranded. There's 20 seconds remaining, so the best that he could really hope for would be to save this weapon. Meteor with 1 HP, still pushing forward, looking for the fight.
I'm saying the meteor is meteoring.
Ivy just tucks back into that corner again.
Looks like same save spot as the last.
Save karo.
Once more, we'll try it again. But T1 stomping their way back into this map. Now just one away from tying it up.
4-5.
I want to see this first kill from Izu. Give us the whole play here. Nope.
Oh, it's blind.
It's just blind.
Couldn't see a damn thing.
Just caught Danby.
अरे but the thing is कि prowler गया था ना, prowler पे मारा.
Sprinting like a lunatic at ramp.
Right about here. Yeah, Meteor again. So steady.
Let's go.
Couple big 2Ks in mid. Gets him up to 9 and 7 overall. Now within one round or T1. Still gonna have that op. Still gonna have an economy behind this.
I am still saying set up करो रेडाम्बी को. खाली 2 prowlers के पीछे set up कर लो, बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा.
Meteor again.
This is his territory. You cannot challenge into this if he's alive.
वैसा ही चल रहा है. मिड पे वो मीटियोर आने ही नहीं दे रहा है.
Dombey still pushing forward. The Judge is able to connect, finds the kill, but falls down to 11 HP. Throws the weapons away. The Pit now going to be invested from Ivy.
अब पेट में जज लेके बैठो.
Do have RB potentially able to reposition should they so choose, but looks like everybody's just going to stay saddled on site for now.
I was just thinking that this could be a good
बैठो
opportunity
पिट में सारे.
create a flank angle instead of all just crowding into this pit.
Back a screen for now.
Let's go.
Shell try to flush them out of the corner. Looking for some damage. And oh, gets the spot out there. Fuzzy
गलती किया रे.
finding RB. The spray and pray rewarded as Tommy will fall. And now it is all down to Ivy. You know where he's at. Growled in around the elbow, but still does have the pit advantage. Meteor low, Buzz low as well. Jumps the corner with the shorty.
Time नहीं है. Time नहीं है.
It's gonna be close.
Does not have it. Not even. It's gonna be off by about a second.
Time नहीं है.
So the Red Bull clutch goes the way of Nongshim as they lock
Perfect,
up
perfect
6 for the
round.
half.
For a moment there, like maybe T1 was going to be able to get the ball rolling. Buzz able to find 2 big openers, but still that pit just too much to crack. It just took too long to get over into the position to start the retake.
अरे सिंपल था, रिटेक थोड़ा लेट स्टार्ट किया और वहीं पे सब स्पैम बैठे. ये देखो इधर सब स्पैम बैठे लोग को.
Get the kill. Put him down to 11.
Take those if you're Nongshim.
Oh yeah.
राउंड जीते वो इम्पोर्टेंट था. कैसे जीते वो थोड़ी.
After the ult investments would have been a bit more disastrous, but yeah, walk forward from Izu. I mean, just boldly pushing forward in the garage. He's getting a ton of info.
Yeah, but
बी मेन पूरा पोस्ट है, इसका मतलब इन्फो तो मिल ही गई ना.
get a couple kills on this entry.
The Nightfall goes across. Domby's just gonna get caught.
मेरा हो गया भाई. शॉट
Poke, but okay.
मेरा हो गया भाई लोग से.
RB with a Guardian will just catch a headshot there onto Izu, and then just rotates up into ramp, takes out Meteor as well. Goes from bad to great.
मेरा फॉर रियल हो गया भाई.
This Meteor just getting a little over aggressive. You have Munchkin there. The judge could have tried to bait that a little bit more. See how wary Nongshim are. Looking for that trap, looking for that wild card that T1 still has.
No.
Buzz from the rafter, able to
Scene
find one
झाले.
shot, lob.
Scene
Does not
झाले.
take himself out of the equation. Only Ivy. Follow up paint shell, lobbed forward. Just RB.
Spamnia.
By the
आ
Prowler.
गया. मैं बोला प्रॉलर गया स्पैम में.
What a clutch this would be. Comes off the ramp. Smoke dissipates. Finds the first, but cannot get a follow-up.
नाइस ट्राई है. बस इनकी एक ही गलती थी यहाँ पे. 2 मारने के बाद या तो रोटेट कर जाते या मिड पे इन्फो निकाल लेते. टाइम बहुत पड़ा था. 40-50 सेकंड है.
Almost swung towards Nongshim. Get a little bit of luck. I mean, both teams able to get one through the smokes. Getting that op out of play from RB is massive. Taking Meteor down there. Meteor just trying to pick a target. Couldn't quite connect, but Buzz just needed that one. He was off to the races. Able to clean out the third. Would love to get one more here for T1, but it probably hasn't been the defender's side they drew up. Backing off Meteor this time. A bit quicker.
Wow.
Push towards mid.
Well done.
Well, just gonna straight puts. Yeah, he just disrespects the smoke.
बहुत दिक्कत होने वाली है ये लोग को.
Keep the Viper out of the equation, but was just feeling favored in that moment. As Izu forced back towards screens, but Stack stepping forward, able to find Francis. 4. A little bit more, but Dambi up in heaven, able to find one. Meteor going to be taken down.
Crazy.
Back in. Munchkin
Dambi
down.
gets 2.
On over to the side, the drop in. And once again, Izu unable to find the shot, but Stack still continues to hold his own as he finds Dambi. Being just Exros. I know exactly where he is.
ओ या एंड 6:6 का जो बहुत काफी वन साइडेड लग रहा था नॉंगशिम के लिए. एंड हुआ 6:6 पे.
Yeah, and this is the first round where we've seen Nongshim really try to push the limits of T1 in terms of disrespecting some of that util, disrespecting the smoke, trying to set up for their own moment, but T1 is ready and raring to go. And a lot of these judges, that seems to be one of the big keys here on this map of split for T1 to deal with Dambi. Again, just firepower for firepower. Look, you know he's going to have it. Your best option to stop it, since you don't have a lot of those agents that have the trapping abilities other than Fade, is going to be to just shoot him. And that's tough to do. That's why you're seeing them back up, take longer angle fights on his attack angles, like back up the ramps, things like that. Try to just shut Dambi down. So much of what I saw from T1 there was clearly targeted at Dombi.
Nice artwork as always here from the Korean fans. As, yeah, I mean, I think it was across the board, widely a bit of a shaky start, but the resurgence that we were seeing, the likes of Buzz as well as Stacks, helped get the team up to the 6-6 scoreline. Pretty decent.
That being said, Nongshim's early idea is really, really good. A lot of misdirection being thrown that Munchkin wasn't able to read, that T1 wasn't able to read early. A lot of pressure at mid that T1 assumed was just
we are back. Sorry.
on the extremities, when actually, you know, that plays right in Nongshim hands. They want to go up the gut. They want to.
पर 6-6 का half होना ही नहीं चाहिए था ये.
You know,
Any day this was not a 6-6 का half.
Able to find plenty of good ones to start things off, but you'd start getting those punishes coming through outside of the last round with that overdrive, and fist bumps coming back in as we dive into the second half. Let's see what Nongshim are going to have for us this defender's side. Got that two-pronged approach ready to go from T1 with Izu and Buzz.
Yeah. And the other side of the coin, you have the Rays instead of the Neon. Title for most MVP titles in Pacific history. Ooh. Not super surprising.
Yeah, obviously this is just match MVP.
Yes, match MVP.
Okay. Anybody didn't understand, Boombot will be able to find one at Garage. Somewhat surprisingly, we have not seen a bandit pop up so far in this game.
That is a bit surprising.
Meteors just opted to go the whole 9 yards with the Sheriff.
I feel like Nongshim used him a bit. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I'm pretty sure he did. Or they did.
Yeah.
Izu, first contact potentially here. Yep, going to be spotted out.
Chalo guys.
We'll get some damage into Meteor. In fact,
Yeah.
Izu's just like, well, I don't even want to
Nice.
deal with you. And then
चलेगा 1:1 चलेगा.
Shot
Short रे.
Dombi's going to be sliding forward.
सब 1:1 का trade ले रहे.
Another, as it's just a bloodbath at ramps. 2v2 as the quick rotations come through from RB and Ivy. They are technically outgunned at the moment.
Yeah, usually those trades favor the attackers, but
Right into the corner, and oh my god!
wow.
Instantaneous, have to see that one back. As Meteor now looking to maybe go around the world. Swings the corner here at the pillar, but now will be Buzz. A deeper angle.
मजा आया अटैकर्स को. डिफेंस के सारे बंदे ठुकते ही चले गए ना. 6-7.
Great work here by both teams in terms of trying to fight for that A ramp control, but again, T1's just grouped up as 5 as the attackers will take this battle in that regard every time. Nice little attempt at the wide swing to open up the angle. Just the drive-by, I suppose, from Izu.
I would probably scream that regularly if I was on Meteor's team as well.
Oh, indeed. The only word I'd use sometimes.
RB spam to 65, but look at this crunch attempt from Nongshim, just piling forward, but
Frags आ रहे हैं
the blind is there. Munchkin just shutting him down. Tuck in behind the box. Buzz does have a pain shell. Does he consider it? Prowler doesn't check it. They have to be aware of it, and they are watching for it, and Buzz will just quickly find the headshot.
Yeah, that toxic screen well read.
अरे नाइस ट्राई रे.
Does it again.
एक मार लिया होता.
4K, X-Ross all the way across the map, still trying to find this lurk here. Does it manage to identify Meteor as having a bit of a giggle? Is he trying to bait him into a knife fight? Is this a gentleman's agreement? No, it's not. Is in fact absolutely filthy. I really thought he was trying to be like, yo, knife, let's go.
I thought that, once you said it, I'm like, that's gotta be what he's doing here, right? Right?
Knife करने वाले थे.
Appreciated that.
Impossible.
But I think there, if you're Meteor,
Cheating किया बुलाता है. पर cheating करता है. गन ले लिया हाथ में.
Why shave and a haircut?
I don't know. It's what people do in games I play, like when they want to just have like a melee battle. They do that, I swear. I'm not making this up.
I mean, what games that you play like shuffleboard
Bingo?
yeah, bingo.
Yeah, we have knife fights in the bingo hall.
Yeah, just a bunch of pensioners beating the crap out of each other. Steel Walker.
I'm starting a fight club.
डैम्बी गंदा खेल रहा है आज डैम्बी वो परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दे पा रहा जो डैम्बी का परसों दिया था डैम्बी ने डैम्बी हार गया है
Dead at the start of the round.
Dambi is whipping, Dambi is hugging.
Stop this bonus conversion.
Mad FYXT 9950 by welcome to the stream, buddy. Yes, you.
Frantically to get out, and okay. Eludes capture, finds a shot. Izu swinging the corner, is able to find him though. An extra.
Stacks and Izu.
3v2, Izu down to 8. He's not going to be able to find the grab. Munchkin. Let's find the headshot. He was going to get caught off guard, much like it was right there. Francis is able to find it. Over the side, the shots are Mally, they know.
भाई क्या क्रॉस एंगल से
Every single angle.
But Francis!
Massive 3K for Francis. Stops the bonus conversion. Nongshim back into this half, but at such hefty cost.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection here with positioning from Nongshim. RB in particular, something we saw from him in the opening match is how tricky he is with those TPs. And he goes to the ropes when Buzz expects him to go to the alley. Catches him completely off guard and nullifies this showstopper. Brilliant work from the IGL of Nongshim. And then Francis, steady pair of hands. Saw this time.
भाई सारे एंगल्स एक एक करके खेल दिए और सारे एंगल्स पे मारा है. Well done, bे.
Got it. You need somebody to step up. He's done it a lot for Nongshim.
Once again, looking for a very aggressive push out. As Dambi
He's
just bounding forward. He doesn't have a weapon drawn. Into the meat grinder.
Possibility ही नहीं थी.
It'd be like that sometimes with Dambi.
Fake था बाबू.
Just
Curious.
Yeah, you know. Just wasn't the trap they were expecting. Good read from T1. That's not.
Does manage to find a kill.
1v3.
For the moment, Dax have the sight kind of to himself.
Dax?
He's able to find Stacks. That opens the floodgates, but Stacks just continues on his merry way. Ivy now is probably scratching his head. He might just get outdone in this game of Ring Around the Rosie. Because now he's got to
आगे चले गया.
if he wants to go for the defuse. He just doesn't have.
आगे से हेवन जा रहा है.
Will be able to maybe find Izu. Yes, he does. So some additional damage dealt. Reads the push from Buzz, but can't quite decide.
आगे भी चले गया. हेवन भी पहुंच गया. हेवन पे एक मार भी दिया. वाओ. Well played, T1. ये होना नहीं चाहिए था, but हुआ.
Yeah, so off of the success of the previous round, Nongshim wants to turn up the tempo. It just doesn't matter. There's just too much there. They don't even check that side. They don't know which way to look. They're getting hit from every angle.
बस तुम लोगों को पता है. I don't know. मेरे को खाना खाने के बाद इतनी नींद क्यों आती है? इसके लिए मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि खाना नहीं खाऊं मैं स्ट्रीम से पहले. फिर मेरे को स्ट्रीम के ऊपर नींद आने लगती है. फिर ऐसा लगता है एक मैप दो मैप करके मैं चले आऊं. फिर मजा नहीं आएगा रे एक मैप दो मैप करके. मैच मेरे को भी देखने रहता है. फिर मेरे को नींद आती है मैं मैच नहीं देख पाता और गुस्सा आता है. मटर मेथी मलाई and पनीर. Immortals, yeah, welcome. भाई ये लोग के रील्स आज तक देखे ही नहीं है. I was stuck in space for 286 days. भाई ये बंदे ने ना पता है रणवीर अलाहाबादिया को खा लिया है पूरा. Harry Potter, Life at Hogwarts. लोगों ने ट्रैवल करके वीडियोस भी बनाना स्टार्ट कर दिया. लेट्स गो वे. और ये क्या भाई?
I enjoyed myself.
राउंड स्टार्ट 1 2v से 2v5 हो गया.
T1 did too. At least so far. I'd be still a sheriff. Oh, never mind.
He is gonna
फ्लॉलेस.
get dropped. It's a flawless here. It's T1 hit double digits.
गाइस मैं फर्स्ट मैप के बाद छोटू सा ब्रेक लूंगा.
And at least the dimensional drift and RP's ult as well. Try to make a go of this.
स्क्रीन चलती रहेगी, मैं आ जाऊंगा.
So damn fast.
Hit. Man. It's like he's hit scanning there. Goodness.
मंचकिन ने बहुत अच्छे मारे तीनों.
Of course, talked about the big brain, but man's got aim to back it up for sure.
तंगी
Seen it
नमो.
time and time again. The react in time. Francis with an
बट लेट्स सी अभी 3 राउंड का ही डिफरेंस है. 2 अच्छे राउंड्स और ये इको पे गए तो फंस जाएंगे.
Undetected initially.
Oh my god, Buzz!
That was slick.
I am expecting too much, I
That's
guess.
so smooth. Slides out with a blast pack, forces the whiff shot, just immediately kills Francis.
I think I am
That's some
expecting too
cheating
much.
stuff right there. That's some good practice being put in by Buzz. With that blast pack movement and the landing under control.
ये प्लांट भी कर दिया. वाओ.
Now you've got the flank coming in as well. Meteor and Stacks both working their way forward through the vents. Maybe gonna try to go on approaches. Prowler checks around elbow. Downby starting to sprint forward. There's the walk out, and there's Buzz claiming it from down below.
क्या
The shorty.
क्रॉस एंगल्स खेल
Not
रहे
to
हैं.
his demise. RP does well to collect 2 kills.
क्या क्रॉस एंगल्स खेल रहे थे.
Wow. The smooth criminal Buzz up to 24 kills. He might be really wanting to get ahead of Meteor in that MVP department. But that was... Let's see this from Buzz's perspective. Beautiful. Tap, tap.
Thinking of the spray down. A little bit of assist damage there. Let's go ahead and lock it up with the shorty. He is having a fantastic return to the stage.
It's Izu with that outlaw again. Stax has his ult. All the ults except for Dombies. He's one away from it. Be a swing round here for Nongshim. They need it.
How fast is the drawing going to be? Well, smoke will just balloon, so never mind. Not given the opportunity to try to punish a jump peek. But weapons ring out in mid. Nades into the right side, but Francis, okay, able to find Meteor. Gets shut down on the lurk just outside of A main. Hasn't managed to push forward to grab the weapon, though. So for now, is still just going to have the sheriff in hand.
He's checking early. Some of those cheeky spots that Nongshim likes to take to hide. Continuing to show presence here. T1. Maybe off the back of that toxic screen, they could double down.
Clock is ticking. Losing that flank from Meteor. This has given pause to T1 as far as assessing where they want to go.
Buzz is down to 5.
Prowler not going to get the spot. Downbeat paranoid into the corner. Stinger in hand, and that's going to be Stacks dead. Munchkin does go up over the top, able to find the kill to trade it back, but 3v3 with Buzz at 5 health.
मैं जरूर करूँगा.
Falling the second shot. To find RB, but Ivy puts the spike down on the floor. 12 seconds remaining. Sends out the bite. The swing in from Buzz. Capitalizes, but Francis out from heaven. That's a kill to Izu, and he just can't get to it. Dies to the bite. And it's going to be a thrifty for Nongshim to try to rally back.
खराब लगा रे.
For them. They didn't even have to use an ult. That's huge. Able to just win with some sheriffs. Some
That's okay.
Good timings to counter T1's movement.
I want to see this catch on Meteor. This really...
Shot perfect था.
Yeah. Rode the wall.
Oh, उसे डैम भी ने एक मार दिया था पहले.
Munchkin, if he doesn't double take there, maybe keep Stacks alive. You see a very different outcome.
Everybody laughed because वो पता है snake bite से क्यों मरा.
That Prowler, but on response to at least back up the opposing op. So Chioru supporting the snipers.
दोनों योरूस पे ऑप है.
T1. I mean, just trying to find ways to get an ult or two out before you really commit to something. See if you can get Nongshim to be a little bit antsy. Love to get rid of that Nightfall in particular.
Nongshim's Prowler out to A main. Didn't spot out Izu's position. He's also not really been able to get set up in any kind of hard line with this operator. He's now starting to swing and get some vision over towards Rams, where he does have two potential targets. Dambi just there around the corner.
ओए पीक नहीं. ओए nice.
Francis brings out a shot.
टंगड़ी shot.
Join back in. It's on the correct side of the map, but the rotations are starting to come in.
Whoa.
Francis on the repeat, out from screens.
Whoa.
Two. Buzz and Izu both taken down. And T1 have the doors slammed in their faces.
Oh.
As it's a
30 seconds.
एंटी हो गया रे तीसरे वाले का शॉट. Rams crossed है बाबा.
20 seconds now remaining. Clock running down. Starting to maybe suspect that this has been the pivot to be.
Rotational
They're
value.
ahead of T1, trying to get themselves forward onto the site. Paranoia sent Munchkin blind. It does manage to take a pass, but it's right into Ivy's wall.
भाई दो मार गया stacks.
As Nongshim, still yet some fight remaining in these players.
Yeah, a little.
फ्रांसिस की ऑफ चली तो ये मैप भी अभी जा
predictable here
सकता
from
है.
T1.
फ्रांसिस की ऑफ चलना जरूरी है. फ्रांसिस की ऑफ चली नोंगशिम का गेम है.
You try to run it again to see if you can catch your opponent.
और डैम्बी ये पूरे मैप पे शांत है.
No smoke there to cover off Francis's angle. He's just got a open sight line. Yeah, that's the end of the world there for Stacks.
Timeout.
Here's the timeout. I have to assume T1 here.
First timeout call for T1 of the season.
चलो देखते हैं. और कौन कौन लाइव है? मिस्टर चेम्बर इज डूइंग. मॉर्टल आरडीआर खेल रहा होगा या पालवर्ल्ड खेल रहा होगा, मेरे को लगा ही. मियाओ इज ऑल्सो प्लेइंग. बीटी खेल रहा है. एल्विन सुसान तो वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है. ई स्पोर्ट्स क्लब पे क्या लाइव हो रहा है? अच्छा हो गया. ई स्पोर्ट्स क्लब तो पता नहीं क्या लाइव हो रहा है. डेस्ट्रो इज ऑल्सो प्लेइंग. चलो round going
Here to make sure that
to
op
begin
doesn't get a chance for
in
Francis again.
8,
Just
7, 6,
ruin a round
5,
before it starts.
4,
Buzz's money is only quick
3,
enough to buy a
2,
Spectre. Does have a
1.
showstopper though. Still a lot of ults for Nongshim. They did use the Nightfall. That's it. A lot of retake potential.
Smoke dal.
4-1 stack and T1's on the right side.
Yeah, they're quickly trying to pivot back across to the correct side of the map. Showstopper from Buzz. Where does he send it?
एक तो मारता आईवी.
Over towards Alley, but no one there to receive it. But Ivy does get taken down. Izu just storming forward on the
एक
side.
तो मारता
Managed to
आईवी.
find the kill, so no chance for that pit. But Meteor has his and immediately invests it, sprawling back in through Alley. This really isolates the only easy angle of approach down to heaven.
So much tougher. 'cause
पता
you
नहीं
don't have
why
the
I am
Nightfall here.
celebrating
Try to
Nongshim.
clear that pit.
लाइक मेरे को मैं सपोर्ट भी क्यों कर रहा हूँ? सेलिब्रेट तो छोड़ो, सपोर्ट भी मैं नोंगशिम को क्यों कर रहा हूँ? मेरे को पता नहीं. रुकीज बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं या फिर जो अंडरडॉग्स वाली स्टोरीज है वो सबको पसंद आती है या मेरे को ही पसंद आती है.
Spotted out quite just yet. That is out of clone. Gets some damage in, but doesn't convert the kill. Shot out through the smoke. Munchkin finding the first. Francis, shorty in hand.
एंटी
Cleans up the enemy omen as things do start getting chaotic, but it's going to be T1 converting off the back of the timeout to get up the map point.
और जो फेक किया उसने.
A simple little call here from T1. If you don't feel much pressure, you've got a showstopper. Just go for the big play at B. And it is wide open for the taking.
भाई और उन्हें फेक
Here, I
ट्राई
think
किया.
feeling that the showstopper fast exec would be over on the other side of the map. Just didn't get the read right. Had a lot of tools for the retake, but not enough to get the job done.
बस वही बात है कि डैम्बी का नहीं चला रे. डैम्बी का फायर पावर नहीं चला. डैम्बी का फायर पावर नहीं चला. डैम्बी का फायर पावर चला होता तो बात अलग थी. स्टिल डैम्बी नीड्स टू परफॉर्म. 3 राउंड्स है. 3 राउंड्स कवर कर लो फिर ओटी लेके जाके जीत सकते हैं. 9 राउंड निकाल दिए तो 12 ले जाने में दिक्कत नहीं आनी चाहिए. पर ये ऐसे अगर होगा.
Just get caught up and taken down, but Extros filling that space.
3 मार गया.
Finding 3 kills, looking for a little bit more, but
120.
coming away with 2 of his own.
3 मार गया, फिर 120 भी मार गया। 2v2.
Izu goes deep enough to get the spot, sees the weapon, pulls back around the corner. Francis trying to find the timing shot. Doesn't quite.
Oye,
Buzz.
he was
With just
120.
30 HP remaining, and now they just go sprinting to the A site.
Huge kill for Buzz.
हो गया, मैप खत्म, T1 जीत गई।
Opening up so much of the map.
There's the drop down, there's the kill.
GG's. सीरीज T1 की है। 5 लोग देख रहे हो guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe.
Taking down Nongshim on Nongshim's map.
Yo Saibu1, what's up, कैसे हो?
Yeah, I mean T1, yeah, a little
क्या हाल
shaky
है?
here and there, but
I hope you guys are liking the watch party. पसंद आ रही होगी तुम लोगों को ये watch party.
In kickoff for Pacific. An absolute
if पसंद आ रही है तो make sure to hit that like and subscribe guys. अपन क्या कर सकते हैं ब्रेक में? अब अपन वर्डल खेल सकते हैं। पहला तो वी विल प्ले वर्डल, थोड़ा टाइम पास कर सकते हैं ना। If is there, L is there. L is second ना। डबल एफ है। एल डबल एफ है गाइस। पी और यू रिप्लेस करने हैं। इज इट क्लिफ? लेट्स गो। तुम्हारे भाई को ये गेम्स में मजा भी आता है, थोड़ा दिमाग भी चलता है। अवार्ड, क्राउन, टाइटल एंड कप। मैं बोला ना ये होगा। ये होना ही था, और क्या हो सकता है? Gloves we wear in hands, rope we wear, shorts we wear. Mount guard. पता था ये भी होगा। ग्लोब क्रू, ऑल्टर, बोट। One away. Globe crew boat. क्या कौन होगा? मतलब हॉल्टर है और कुछ नहीं होगा। गाइस 6 लोग देख रहे हो यार, मेक श्योर टू हिट दैट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब। पसंद आ रही है स्ट्रीम तो लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो। एक सेकेंड। बोट क्रू हॉल्टर, ये तो है ही। स्कूप, बोट नेक होता है, हॉल्टर नेक होता है, क्रू नेक होता है और स्कूप नेक होता है। बोला ना नेक लाइन से ये बचा हुआ है, ये बचे हुआ क्या है मेरे को नहीं पता। स्नो ग्लोब, स्नो लेपर्ड, स्नो क्या 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 स्नोपी, ये क्या होता है? हेलो पूजा, व्हाट्सअप, कैसे हो? सब हेलो हेलो लिख के जाते हैं, रिप्लाई आता है, उसके बाद वापस ब्लूटिक नो रिप्लाई क्यों हो जाता हूँ मैं? पूजा यार ये गलत बात है ना। ये देखो मैडफाई आया था, फिर भुवन आया था, सबका हेलो हेलो का आया, और उसके बाद गायब हो गए, सभी गायब हो गए। दिस इज नॉट गुड ना। अब पूजा हो जाए, आज एक लाल कलर की सुपर चैट हो जाए, आज एक रेड कलर की हो जाए सुपर चैट। पूजा मारेगी। नथिंग ला, बैंगलोर का वेदर इज मेकिंग मी सिक। कुछ भेजो खाने पीने के लिए, वन समथिंग। हाँ ना, कुछ भेजो खाने पीने के लिए, ये बताओ। अभी तक तुमने की लाल कलर की सुपर चैट? मैं सोच रहा बर्थडे पे करूंगा। गेस दी एजेंट कर लेते हैं, गेस दी एजेंट कर लेते हैं। मैं सोचा मैं तुम्हारे बर्थडे पे कर दूं, पर ठीक है। ना ना, कड़ी और खिचड़ी वेस्ट है भाई। कड़ी खिचड़ी यार याद 3 दिन पहले खाई थी मैंने। मेरे को मज़ा आ जाता है, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना, कड़ी खिचड़ी खाने में बहुत मज़ा आता है। फीमेल है, डुलिस नहीं है, ठीक है। फीमेल है, सेंटिनल भी नहीं है, ओके। फीमेल है, इनिशिएटर भी नहीं है, डुलिस नहीं है, सेंटिनल नहीं है, इनिशिएटर नहीं है, तो क्या स्मोकर है? वाइपर, अस्त्रा। ब्लू कलर में कौन कौन है? ब्लू कलर में मेरे को तो योरू लग रहा है, या केव। ये केव है या योरू है? फिर मैं हर महीने बर्थडे, ना ना साल में एक बार ही मिले। बताओ योरू करूं या आइसो करूं, या एक सेकंड, आइसो तो है नहीं, या तो योरू है या केव है, लग तो योरू रहा है। योलू योलू योलू, केव लग रहा है, केव करूं, केव कर लेते हैं। पूजा गॉट इट। मैप कौन सा है? आओ 3 2 1, मैप आ जाओ सामने। मेरे को कंफ्यूजन है भाई ये मैप में, बाइंड या हेवन में से कुछ है। अगला क्या है? हेवन ही है ना। मेरे को ये बाइंड या हेवन में से क्यों लग रहा है? और इज इट लोटस? एक तो मैं अगले पे जा नहीं सकता, मेरे को मन था हेवन, मेरे को भी हेवन, हेवन का क्यों लग रहा है ये? हेवन का ग्रास तो नहीं है? ना हेवन नहीं है। We both are wrong. लोटस भी नहीं है, हेवन नहीं है, लोटस नहीं है। हेवन नहीं है, लोटस नहीं है, बचा बाइंड। बाइंड भी नहीं है। अबे भाई ऐसा कास्टर, मेरे को कंफ्यूजन हो गया है। असेंट भी नहीं है, नहीं बाबा, हो गया, मेरा हो गया। अबे सो नहीं सकता। सनसेट भी नहीं है। गेम शुरू हुआ कि नहीं पहले मेरे को वो बताओ। हेवन पे ए, हेवन इज नॉट देयर, हेवन नहीं है ये। को क्यों लग रहा है ये ऐसा कोई मैप है जो अपने दिमाग में ही नहीं आ रहा है। अबे पर्ल पे भी तो ऐसा है। रुको, पर्ल के इस साइड पे ऐसा है। आर्ट या लिंक? गो विथ लिंक फर्स्ट। मेरे को लगा ही ये कुछ ऐसा है जो मेरे को नहीं पता है। लाइक पता है लेकिन नहीं पता है, वैसा वाला गणित था। Cause it was not heaven, that was for sure. कहाँ देख रहे हैं?
Inte igen, inte igen.
कहाँ देख रहे हो?
Inte! No!
Player standing.
आयन कहाँ देख रहे हैं? ये पर्ल था। यस मैम। ये कौन सा है भाई? फर्स्ट वाला तो कुछ भी लिख देता हूँ। सोवा का रिकॉन है। फर्स्ट में ढंग से दिखा नहीं था, सेकंड में बरोबर दिख रहा था। ये तो कौन सी वाली बुलडॉग है? कौन सी वाली बुलडॉग है? कौन सी वाली बुलडॉग है? कौन सी वाली? वेलोसिटी है ना? यार आई विल ट्राई इट बट जस्ट दिस वंस। आईसो मैच जस्ट स्टार्टेड, जस्ट सेइंग। आ गया। ओ भाई 2 राउंड हो गए।
That's going to be one of my big kind of keys to the map here for T1 is
कोई नहीं,
can you find
मैच
ways
देखते।
around that?
Slide in, Buzz able to find 2 quick kills. Stacks.
T1 भाई, ये T1 पिस्टल हारने के बाद कैसे कमबैक करती है रे?
Player advantage for T1, but needing to avoid further disaster. Hold on to as many weapons as they can, but Tross barely managing to scrape by, but it's going to be a quick
Oh
1-2
boy.
punch from Munchkin.
क्या स्प्रे ट्रांसफर है ये? मेरे को ऐसा एम कौन सिखाएगा? मैं गोल्ड से ऊपर नहीं जा रहा।
If you're Nongshim, you do not want to see Munchkin just start taking over sites by himself, hitting those crazy transfers with the Phantom that he's just iconic for. Great start here. I love this play.
वो वॉल बैंक बहुत पागल जैसा मारा रे।
To get that ult in that round. They're really fired up.
मजा आया भाई। डैम्बी इज 8 in 1। आई वाज सेइंग डैम्बी से हो नहीं रहा।
A little bit of spam with the Guardian, not going to find any damage.
रिकॉन है। हाँ, पहले ड्रोन करके लॉन्ग क्लियर करो।
That might just be a trap to try to get him to go.
ना
Sets up the fast lane, but
सिंपल है,
Gonna be able to
एंट्री
find
इजी है.
immediate punishment. Slides into the back.
ओए डांबी
Buzz
डांबी हगा,
dives right into hell. Dispatches him immediately.
डांबी हक दिया. ये डांबी के ऊपर है राउंड.
Arriving, finding two.
This round is for डांबी.
Needing to do it all, but it's only gonna be
T1
good
for the
for
win. Yeah,
six
T1
kills,
जीतेगी.
so three players
डांबी
survive.
हक दिया रे.
Tie it up at 2-2.
Ah, that sucks.
ये वाला तो
That
T1 is
was
going to win.
such
Simple.
A nice execute from Nongshim. We saw this against
डांबी
VCT.
विफ्ट, अगर डांबी विफ्ट नहीं
Pretty
किया
simple
होता
stuff.
तो शायद कुछ हो सकता, बट डांबी विफ्ट.
Throw up some of those smokes. Throw up the fast lane. Get in there. Throw the paranoia.
I think Chopra might throw out.
कितना परफेक्ट एंट्री था.
Please don't. Wait, we're nowhere near him. Go ahead.
Yeah, that would be some.
Yeah, that's the
बट
analyst
डांबी
desk
बहुत
problem.
बुरी तरीके से विफ्ट
That's the
किया.
analyst desk problem, not our problem now. We're down on the stage.
है ना.
Free fire does get rewarded with damage. Downbeat down to 42. Comes back across. Yeah, any plan of pushing.
बट ये राउंड में डांबी बाकी क्यों नहीं खेल रहा?
Abandoned, but that sends him right
गराज
to
से
the
घुस
buzz.
सकते थे.
Does have an outlaw and might just have an overdrive behind it. Drone's not
फॉर रियल अगर गराज से घुसते आरएनजी कर सकता, आरएनजी क्या
the garage, but
स्लाइड करके मार सकता था. बहुत सिंपल.
overstay is welcome. Pops the nano, just peels his pressure and allows for stacks to drift in the backside.
Yeah, this has bought so much time. Uh-oh.
Clear the recon. Munchkin, he's there. It's just been Mr.
They are
Worldwide on this
getting
map.
into the
Every
mixer
second gets
grinder
tapped.
भाई.
Manages to make his way there before
Full
Munchkin
grind
can
हो जा
find
रहे.
foothold.
क्या चोक होल्ड्स पकड़ के रखे हैं.
Just X-Ross with a nice headshot.
खतरनाक चोक होल्ड्स है. चलो मिगो रेस्ट. ओके गो गो गो. टेक अ मेड्स ऑन टाइम ब्रो.
Has plenty of cash, but okay.
और गर्म पानी पीती रहे. He'll get
Do you have
a
two more of
relief.
those is my
Like
question.
weather की वजह से है तो गर्म पानी पीती रहे. He'll get the relief for sure.
Even just one more at death would give you a hunter's fury, so X-Ross
थोड़ा
is
रेस्ट कर,
definitely making
मजे कर.
the best out of a bad situation. Not trying to find the clutch, but
T1 निकाल जाएगी. This is also 2-0 T1.
deliver the finishing blow.
Bit of an odd one there, but I mean, ends well for T1 in the long run. Just again, Meteor buying a ton of
शाम को
time.
स्ट्रीम भी करना है. आओ तो रेस्ट कर, अभी रेस्ट कर. गर्म पानी पी, दवाई ले.
Bail him out. It looked like
सो
for a
जाना
minute
3
there,
से 6. 3 घंटा सो जा. कल वैसे भी छुट्टी रहेगी. अभी तक तो आई थिंक मंडे तक छुट्टी होनी चाहिए तुमको.
worked their way into the site, but can't fully
Even
get
Monday is
through
also
past
off
T1's
ना,
initial
national holiday है.
It's just all about timing there from Meteor, and like you were talking about early, with Buzz able to hold down that angle.
अब स्टैक्स होल्ड इन ले आया है.
It's pretty easy for them to overcommit to C.
Committing to it once again. The dimensional drift leads them forward. Francis spotting out two. Doesn't necessarily see the third. I assume that Munchkin is going to be nearby though.
हाँ तो अभी
It's
सो
known
जा,
for
मस्त
anything,
रेस्ट
it's
कर.
going to be quick rotations.
Chill out.
It's Hunter's Fury just
So
looks to
one
delay.
dollar.
It's for a tag, but none to be found. Buzz going to be taken down. They're inside a garage. Another nice shot from X-Ross. Gives them the player advantage and Spike gets planted. Stacks is an Odin.
I was thinking it the whole
डिफेंस
time.
का वाइपर स्पिट है भाई.
Being revealed down be there and Platt able to find one. Stacks trying to spray and pray, but
भाई क्या
down as it's a monstrous
सीक्वेंस ठीक ठाक था रे रीटेक का. बट दे वर अनेबल टू रीटेक एक्चुअली. सीक्वेंस ठीक ठाक था रीटेक का. हो जाएगा. एम थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हुआ. पहली चीज. दूसरी चीज की माइक्रो मिस्टेक्स बोलते ना. टिंगू टिंगू मिस्टेक्स. यहाँ थोड़ा सा विफ हुआ. स्टैक्स ओनली गॉट 1. राइट देख रहा था. सामने कोई देख ही नहीं रहा था. द वे दे वर प्लेइंग बहुत इजीली खेल रहे थे. पोस्ट प्लांट बहुत अच्छा खेले.
Something Nongshim is just going to have to keep playing into.
Oh boy, well,
Damage gets
Chaos, I want
one.
to see the POV on that.
But nice shot for Meteor. वहाँ से नियॉन डिफाया, यहाँ से केजे डिफाया.
This is very much enabled Munchkin just go on walkabouts. I mean, look at where he's at. He's entering into A lobby at the moment. RB has eyes on that position. So he has successfully forced a re-rag here from
Hey.
Stacks unable to
Francis.
make any real connections with those sheriff shots. It's along the wayside. That leaves
Francis whiffing like anything.
one that have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, given that he's got the Phantom.
Should be high impossible.
भाई फ्रांसिस हक दिया था.
And RB is now pushing around the back.
आरबी हर राउंड ऐसे लग पाएगा तो रीडेबल है भाई, एकदम रीडेबल है. But here gets one more. 3 मार गया.
Flank is a little bit more costly, but RB, that flank will come
नहीं
to
लेकिन
fruition.
मीटियोर हर राउंड फ्लैंक आ रहा है, ये हर राउंड फ्लैंक आएगा तो रीडेबल है.
Yeah, I'd love to see the beginning of
इससे
that
पिछले राउंड में भी आई गेस वाइपर वॉल को टाप के गया था, तब बी पे पकड़ा था किसी ने.
Buzz had the overdrive already, I think, or was he one away when he died? Anyway,
I believe he had it.
okay. Just Dombi just outruns him. A bit faster off the starting
वो
gate.
वो टीपी किया था, आवाज तो था ही.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. I mean, I think here is Nongshim.
बुरा लगा अबे
This
मेरे
might
को
be a
एक्स क्रॉस के लिए.
situation where there's no timeout. Yeah, just keep going at him.
That's what they're going to do. Even on the Omen. Operator there for Izu. TP into spawn. He's being watched.
Hell nah, RB.
Almost gets that kill, but Buzz narrowly survives. 33 health remaining. Hunter's Fury now from X-Ross. They go backpedaling away from this A site. Nongshim gain control.
Hell
Now
nah,
setting up
RB.
the plan.
You are smoker. सबसे पहला डेथ नहीं होना चाहिए आरबी का.
Shots are not going to be fun there. With the Hunter's Fury gone, opens up for this lock.
और ये इतना फनल्ड क्यों थे?
Players having to evacuate back into long. Being revealed to get forced even further away as Dombi joins in alongside Ivy back at A lobby. X-Ross, the closest player to try to prevent this defuse. Dart lobbed in, a bit of damage onto Izu. Sends in the follow-up, it gets the kill!
अबे
Suddenly it's just
ये
Sam
पोस्ट प्लांट
left
कितना
with Sam
क्रेजी है.
code and he cannot make it sing.
पोस्ट प्लांट बहुत क्रेजी था. 2 शॉक डार्ट से एक बंदा मारा राइट साइड पे, 2 और मार दिए कवर देने वालों को.
I thought that was going to just be a stuck defuse that works out. The angles didn't seem right initially. Not going to be able to
But
get
that shock dart
damage
worked
done with just
well,
one shot
bro.
dart there either. Izu was full health initially. The follow-up took enough damage. X-Ross able to
भाई क्या पोस्ट प्लांट खेले हैं.
there, get it right where it needed to be. Zombie 13 and 5. Just keep going until they can prove they can stop it.
क्रेजी शीश.
So far, faster pace rounds have been where Nongshim.
नोंगशिम फास्ट खेल रही है तो नोंगशिम जीत रही है. नोंगशिम को एक ही चीज सोच के खेलनी है, दैट दे शुड गो एंड प्ले फास्ट. W दबाओ. पेपर एक्स की छोटी बहन.
Towards the side of the map, which is over to that C connector side.
Might see what they want to do off of that. That's a lot. That just got thrown in there. Heard a bullet.
आरबी ये शॉट से गया है इस बार.
T1's been able to overcommit to this side. Turret hadn't seen anything over
3
it.
शेरिफ, एक क्लासिक, एक वैंडल विद ओवरड्राइव. विनेबल है फॉर इन्हें. 6-3 होना
Peel
चाहिए.
away from that A site.
Francis here to try to see if he can catch anybody on
आई
the
डोंट नो,
stage.
मेरे को आज कोरोड़ देखने का मन नहीं है यार.
One hero
क्या
vandal.
बोलूं, मेरे को मैं इसको सपोर्ट कर रहा हूं, मेरा
Side of
कोरोड़
the
देखने का मन
map.
नहीं
Plenty of
है.
noise now being made, but Buzz has completed the journey across to
At
A.
least in the series.
Not going to be attacked. Swing in, dead. Meteor on the floor. Ivy
लेकिन जिस
standing
हिसाब
with
से
it.
एनएस
Opens up
भाग
C
रही
site.
है, एनएस is going to win this map.
Didn't even stretch this one. There's so
Hey!
many players
Hell
on
no,
the
Francis!
field.
Francis!
Well, that's frankly unacceptable. That cannot be happening. You want to slow down this Nongshim team, make this a 2-0. Catastrophes like that need to be avoided. Now you can just have Izu set up and save, I suppose, but Buzz is going to have to go for the death. Once again, 6 rounds snatched up here for Nongshim. On this attacker's side. Anyone can make it 6-6 half can, but
Damn, we got
Buzz
one.
sprinting over, grabbing the Vandal. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to escape. He cannot.
Bhai, hum
Refaces
after
in,
you.
trying to make it a little bit more bloody, but doesn't draw much from RB. 3-round advantage here for Nongshim. And alive and well on Haven.
Yeah. And just a bit of a pause this time. Enough flirtation with the front of the site. Goodness. But to get a good enough read that, okay, there's more than one at A. Let's try the other side of the map. That's exactly the right read. You also completely prevent Buzz from having any opportunity to use his overdrive to do some damage in that eco situation. So that is
मैं थोड़ा सा चिल आउट करने जोन आउट हो गया था एक्चुअली
Free fire from Munchkin, but of course you do have that armor plate. Prevent some of that early damage. Dimensional drift forward onto the side. Munchkin going to be tagged up.
Hey, hell no.
Ross able to find the headshot. Stacks on the other side of the smoke has the Zodin, but so risky to start firing now. As Buzz tries to take some space, and Dombey gets rid of Stacks as well, and it looks like this time the timeout is not going to be meaning a damn thing. Meteor, big peek, a one tap.
2v4
Still two players. They are outnumbered by an Izu with the operator. Makes this a lot less likely to commit.
एक्चुअली इट वाज अ 2v3 अगर वहां से आता ईजू एक मार सकता था अगर मार सकता था तो राउंड निकल सकता था लेकिन अकेले अकेले जाके फाइट करेंगे तो शायद नहीं निकलेगा एंड दिस वाज नॉट पॉसिबल कि अकेले अकेले फाइट करके तुम निकाल लोगे एनएस वापस फॉर्म में आ रही है धीरे धीरे
for Nongshim. Just wipe Munchkin off of the site. Then
एनएस धीरे धीरे फॉर्म में आ रही है
like they can try to get a retake going. Just shut down in the snap of
सिंपल सी गणित है अगर डैम्बी और फ्रांसिस मिलके मार रहे हैं
lose stacks, you lose buzz.
तो एनएस को हराना टफ है दोनों में से कोई एक भी अगर आउट ऑफ फॉर्म है तो एनएस को हराना इजी है लास्ट मैप के अंदर डैम्बी नहीं चला
It's not going to be enough. See there, right at the end of the snake bite, Dombey doesn't mind taking a little bit of damage. He knows that util's good in the back. He's able to take full advantage of
नाइस
it.
शॉट रे
Yeah, looking really good right now.
भागो डब्ल्यू दबाओ देखो 15-6 है फ्रांसिस भी 8-8 है
Ivy Stack still took 2 charges away from a Hunter's Fury. No real counter play, but
हक दिया डैमेज भी खाया
the Dams trying to find the shot, but
और कुछ
ends up being whiffy.
गाइस 7 पीपल आर वाचिंग यार मेक श्योर टू हिट दैट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब मजे कर रहे हैं हम लोग यार इट इज वेरी एंजॉयबल
Steady with the
काफी एंजॉय कर रहे हैं मेक श्योर टू हिट दैट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब लेट्स गो ईजू ए लॉन्ग पे अभी भी पोस्टेड है
Flash set up.
अच्छा फ्लैश गुड फ्लैश गुड फ्लैश
Confirmation. Oh, Gordon ducked back around the corner, so. Just need to help in on this one, the drone.
ब्रो द ड्रोन अरे भाई क्या कवर है लेकिन बढ़िया है
Francis probably should not have fallen for. Pushing the Meteor's sight. Stunned up back.
राउंड्स
Take it down, push up
क्लीन
the smoke,
निकालने
Buzz
पड़ेंगे
with the
इनको
kills, now popping the overdrive.
अरे दी ओवरड्राइव बैटल बस विंस इट
Self the 3K. Swap of the weapons, X-Ross just
बस विंस इट
from this position. We saw him get those 2 very nice sheriff shots. This time he's got a Vandal. He reworked some of that magic
लाइक सब्सक्राइब मारो रे
on the right. Max holding it, Buzz. You ready to go ahead and counter swing, and he is. A 4K.
आ गए वापस ये लोग ऑनलाइन
Win for T1.
एनएस को 3-4 राउंड निकालने दिया वापस ऑनलाइन आ गए
split. Able to come alive in that round. T1 really needed that. Nice little play, but
एक्चुअली ये स्मोक के अंदर जो प्ले बनाया ना बहुत अच्छा बनाया बस ने
a difference maker. Able to lean back into it.
उसके बाद बाहर निकल के ओवरड्राइव मार के भी एक मार दिया 3 तो वो इम्पोर्टेंट प्राइस थे चौथा 1 सेकंड के लिए वो एक यहाँ एक काइंड ऑफ एग्जिट था बाकी 3 तो एकदम इम्पोर्टेंट प्राइस थे
can do with that. Let's see, Ivy's got his ult.
Mostly ये 7-5 है.
From a couple different
7-5 and 2-0.
away from the Hunter's Fury for Xros.
Disconnected spam. I was curious to see.
तोड़ने के लिए कुछ है?
Give a false sense of security over the ownership. Maybe made them think the site wasn't going to be as stacked as it is, but drone out, the lockdown in play. We'll just have to back out. So for now, plan to come through.
Recon आएंगे, फिर spam आएंगे.
He's worried about a potential swing forward. Francis just
Still, Francis is trying to push back the players.
Fast lane set up a quick little spot there on the buzz. They hear him stomping in the backside.
ओए,
Still having their
oh,
work cut
what's
out for
yeah,
Francis.
the timing of
Without a
TP.
second to spare. This is where all hell breaks loose. He's still going to be dumped in, bite into the corner. Francis able to avoid it. King reveal on to one. Easy
भाई
one
क्या
over the top. Trying
perfect
to range
retake में
shots
मजा आ
in.
रहा है.
He's
मैं
gonna
मंच
be
के
the
नार्वी
one
को
to
ले
take
गया.
it down.
X-Cross 2 ले गया.
RB,
IV
the
2
only
ले गया.
casualty is now the Hunter's Fury. Going to be lobbed in because, yep, last round of the half. Why the hell?
हाँ.
His Meteor just does not have the time to do
NT
anything. The ability,
8-4.
yes, but time is not on his side.
Meteor is getting frags, लेकिन frag से होगा नहीं ना कुछ.
Massive lead, 8-4 at the half.
Yeah, T1 wants to just try to flood into that B site, but you know, because they saw in a previous hit the formations of Nongshim were right on the site itself. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. I was a little bit curious here for Nongshim that you don't have Xros be the planter there. He's only one away from Hunter's Fury, but whatever, they win the round, so doesn't matter too much. But
He built it and used it.
he did. He got there eventually.
8-4.
One.
भाई साहब कल जो विसर्जन में मूड खराब हुआ था ना मेरा. भाई लोग कुछ बहुत डिस्टर्बिंग मैसेज था. कोई बात नहीं. आई वोंट डिस्क्लोज इट. कोई खराब मैसेज था आया था यार. व्हाट्सएप पे भाई व्हाट्सएप पे सब भेजते हैं ना गुस्सा आता है. Damn, he gets 2-3.
Collects himself 2 more kills. 3 in total now, just stacks with that Sheriff. Try to be the difference maker. Void's taking damage, finds 1, but it would have to be an ace clutch.
डैम भाई स्टैक्स है. स्टैक्स ही निकाल भी सकता है. कोई भरोसा नहीं है. 1v4 है तो 1v4 भी.
The swing comes in, it's a target rich
अबे
environment.
लेकिन डैम भी विद द क्वाड्रा है तो
4K on the neon. Another pistol.
भाई साहब
Another
मजा आएगा भाई मैप 3.
taking us to a third
अगर गया तो
road for
पर मन
Nongshim.
नहीं है रे
I
करोड़
think
देखने का.
we very much might be going there. This is just vintage
मेरा बिल्कुल
zombie.
मन नहीं है पता है करोड़ देखने का.
It's slide, follow up, or shot it. Absolutely pinpoint. Yeah, this is very steady. Meteor, the only one who's going to buy up. Classic Meteor Econ
वो
for that Sheriff. You can pull a rabbit out of your hat. All eyes onto that Marshal of Francis as well.
ठीक है.
Down goes one. Izu dealt with in sewers.
Exros 21 HP.
Takes Exros down at 21. RB, lone defender of the B-side.
Now what T1 is planning to do, क्योंकि यहाँ पे
Putting shots.
एक दो फ्रैग से ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेंगे.
The one taken down. France is still alive, still firing.
पता था एक दो फ्रैग से ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेंगे. फ्रांसिस 3 मार के अपने लिए अल्ट फार्म कर लिया, आधा अल्ट फार्म कर लिया. डैम्बी भी आधे से ज़्यादा अल्ट फार्म कर चुका है. फ्रांसिस आधा अल्ट फार्म कर चुका है. डैम्बी is 21 and 8. भाई इनकी विन कंडीशन ही डैम्बी है सर. जैसे इंडिया में हम VLT के लिए बोलते थे कि भाई अगर रॉसी चला तो विन कंडीशन है.
They beat DFM on it, didn't they? Did DFM beat them on it?
They never played that map versus them.
डबल डिजिट्स.
Sure.
Yep.
दोनों काइंड ऑफ एक दूसरे का मैप खा गए.
Close versus
दोनों
Fnatic
एक दूसरे का मैप
at
खा
the
गए.
SBL kind of got giga stomped by G2 at Champs, and then beat by Talon, and then one versus Boonze.
Who am I thinking?
A different map.
No. Who's them? Oh no, whatever. All right.
TP4 in Izu. He's got the setup, so. Planted playing.
दोस्तों गए प्लांट भी हो गया.
Conversion.
5 बादाम 5 खरीद एक.
Swinging around the back here towards garage. This exit, just wait, play off the turret contact.
IV5.
Goes first though. Fires up the shot, poison orb now. Make things a little bit more difficult for this exit. As Pop Flash going to be sent down and full connects on to Munchkin.
दो मार गए 3 4 स्टैक्स अकेला है.
Last one standing under fire from multiple angles.
भाई कैसे 5v5 का रीटेक तक कैसे चेंज हुआ?
Nongshim pulling off the defuse, getting the bonus converted. Now 2 rounds away from sending us the distance.
Woo. They look just phenomenal on this map. And it's just their willingness to commit those flashes. Just nothing that T1 can do about it. The pop flash out of the smoke.
अच्छा स्टन भी था.
Bounce it up and out.
रीले बोल्ट से जो स्टन हुए हैं.
Jeez Louise.
Bro,
T1
this team is not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that they're trying to do.
This team is not normal.
But their aim just is leaving them. It's abandoned them. So we're gonna take another time out here, but yeah, man, it'd be one hell of a run back. Teams can do it. Munchkin, some of those Gen G rosters have definitely done it. Now a different team, a different look. This map looking so good for Nongshim.
And pretty much since the outset, that 3-round streak is as good as it's gotten for T1.
Kind of felt like, you know, maybe T1 was going to be in the driver's seat here on their map pick, but it's kind of the story. As usual, you know, you come into kickoff and you think you've got a good read based on scrims, how things are going, and how the offseason went, and you know, a little bit off balance.
Now be once again with the judge. There's an overdrive for backup. Loved in the corner for now. I was just playing this one very patiently, but Francis doubling up on the angle, peeking out through the doors. There's a drone about to come through though. It'll get clear, but that doesn't tell them a damn thing about this neon.
इस मैप के बाद थोड़े टाइम के लिए गाइस कैंप बंद होगा क्योंकि ये मैप खत्म होने ही वाला है. 2 राउंड है और ये अगले 2 राउंड 3 राउंड में मैक्सिमम खत्म हो जाएगा. 5-13 5-13
goes to sewers. That's where we should watch.
and it's only 5-13 in this one.
Kind of his thing.
Still though, not looking to slow down this approach. Francis waited a half in.
Oh,
Spot out Smoke now blooming. X-Ross looking for that second kill.
हगा था लेकिन इसको मार के कवर कर लिया.
Keeps him in with the player advantage. Quick little exit back over towards the spawn from Francis. Joins in alongside Ivy.
4v3.
Try to get the retake going. Was spotting out onto a few. Is Dambi now approaching
Wow.
from a long. No scouting
One,
on this one
two,
whatsoever. No read. It's once
three.
again stacks.
Dambi be like मेरे सामने नहीं.
Quickly falls to the wayside.
No
Nongshim
मस्ती
with
नहीं
it
गोली
appears
बेटा.
to
No
themselves
मस्ती.
up to map point.
I mean, there's just nothing T1 can do right, and Nongshim is doing everything right.
I don't know.
They look so in control of this map.
वो Dambi 30 मारने आया है.
Over at sewers time and time again on both sides of the map. Yeah, they're just. Meteor had no clue. They're just coming from literally
Dambi
every
30
angle.
मारने आया है. 30.
What is Dambi at now?
A lot.
Couple more kills. 25, 9, and 4.
बोल रहा हूँ ना 30 मारने आया. अगर एस से खत्म किया ये राउंड.
30 ball.
Heck yeah. He's already over 300 ACS, I'm sure.
Buzz trying to take some space. Says, hey, that judge thing seems pretty good. He's managed to find a kill with it. X-Ross going to be taken down. Dambi, however,
Shot.
still here at hell.
दो.
He is looking for that ace. It's already able to deliver onto Buzz. The
3.
sign in.
मैं
Dambi
बोला नहीं ये एस मार सकता है.
swaps the weapons. Tucks back behind the box. Francis will get a piece of the pie.
फ्रांसिस और आईवी 30 मारने देते इसको.
Absolutely is.
Yes,
Dominance on
GG's.
display from Nongshim Red Force as they obliterate T1 on their map pick, and they send us over to Kuro.
Guys मैं
They're
कैम बंद
showing
कर रहा
us
हूँ
that
for 5
Nongshim
minutes.
style.
5
Able to
minutes.
use that
Photos
util,
आना
use that
ना.
speed.
Ice train हो रही है
Dom be
मेरे को.
able to use
5
that
minute का
space
break
to his
होगा.
advantage.
स्क्रीन चालू है.
Man,
मैं
there
इधर ही
is
बैठा हूँ. अगर तुम चैट में कुछ लिखते हो
Just
तो
something
तुमको
about
रिप्लाई
him
भी
that
मिल जाएगा.
neon.
तब तक तुम लोग देखो मजे करो. मैं कैम ऑफ कर रहा हूँ. अरे कैम ऑफ हो जा भाई.
Time again.
हो गया.
There's nothing you can do about him.
माइक ऑन है मेरा.
T1's comp, but Dombi's play is
हाइलाइट्स देखो एंजॉय करो. मेरे को आई स्ट्रेन हो रहा है रे. एक्चुअली मैं इसके लिए स्क्रीन देख ही नहीं रहा.
some good rounds strung
मैं
together
सिर्फ
for
चेयर पे
T1.
ऐसे आंख बंद करके बैठा हूँ.
Able to take
चैट
control
करने के लिए
along
खोल
A
सकता हूँ
little
आप.
bit early, and then it just
देखते हैं.
disappeared.
Well, T1 are going to have to figure out some way of counteracting this, much like they did on
चलो
Split.
गाइस.
Road is another map where that Neon is going to be able to find an immense amount of value.
बाय द वे यार लाइक करके 10 लाइक्स तक पहुंचाओ तो सही. 10 तो लाइक करवाओ.
Ready for it.
10 लाइक्स 10 लाइक्स.
This could be Nongshim sending T1 down in the bracket.
I think for T1, you're going to dip a little bit more back into that Judge shotgun well maybe on Corrode. Seemed to work well enough on Split. Here on Aven, never got many chances to kind of dip into that well a little bit from Buzz, but
Well, map 3 going to be coming up in a bit, but for now, let's send it back over to the analyst desk.
Well, 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 the very first map 3 here in Pacific Kickoff. So we move over to Haven, which is a map that Munchkin absolutely loves, and it's T1's pick. And then we have this scoreline that you are seeing right in front of your eyes right now, 13-4 in favor of Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I'm surprised. I thought T1 would be a little bit more prepared than this. The game plan Nongshim strung together was not complex. It wasn't advanced. It was a lot of 5-man execute. It was very simple, but they couldn't put a stop to it. I think T1 had to have better answers than this.
Yeah, I'm curious in terms of T1 if they thought they would maybe play a little bit more defaulty and not disrespect them as much, because they kind of just sent it at them.
Yeah.
And the tip of the spear, Dambi, you can see all of those first kills. That's a lot of those are him.
Yeah.
Opening the round for them and just getting them into the side. And then of course, if you put those first kills on top of, look at their post plans, right? So they're having a really good time. Dambi's helping them get in, and then the team's making sure that they can just all hold it down, because T1's trying to play for the side. They're not trying to play retake. They're playing this Viper comp. So they're trying to stay stay on the sides, and the Neon is just wreaking havoc completely, and T1, they really struggle to deal with the pace of it.
Yeah, it's that Nongshim specialty. There are certain things that T1 was doing that they probably expected, okay, surely they don't push this. But Dambi is Dambi, and he will push that. They will run at their faces, and there's a certain fearlessness to the way Dambi plays Neon that makes him this kind of player and the MVP, clearly, of that map.
Yeah, I mean, 28-9, absolutely dominant, almost double the next guy in the server. This is why he's synonymous with this Neon. This is why he's so revered on this agent, because he can just take over the server, take over the game, and beat what is on paper a super team of T1.
Yeah, we said a little bit of a duelist diff in the previous map where Buzz really popped off, and now we said we needed to see a little bit more from the duelist from Nongshim, and then Dambi does this.
Yeah.
Right, this is exactly what we need them to do. I'm curious also, Paperthin just mentioned about if we're going to maybe see a little bit more Judge from T1 to be able to deal with the Neon if they play the Neon again. Is the only problem is when you're playing on those really wide maps. Split is a really good map for the Judge, but Haven's a little bit harder because that you have that long defense rotate is very horizontal. Then it's not so nice to retake or to like take the longer fights with the Judge, so the defenders, it's a little bit harder for you to fight the Judge. And I'm a little bit worried on Corrode. It's super wide, right? So now you buy the Judge and you're on B or you're on A. If they do go the other way, your Judge feels pretty useless, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit worried that Dambi might be able to recreate the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. If that's the only solution that T1 has for the way Dambi is being aggressive, then, you know, it's not going to work, especially on the map that is upcoming. And, you know, we were talking a lot about Dambi, and it's because it is a Dambi show. I mean, we should see his stats there. He's amazing.
I mean, I think he is one of one on this agent. The way he moves, it's like he's not even playing Valorant. He's playing something different. He's so fast and in your face. I mean, if you want to beat Nongshim, you have to shut down his aggression. You have to shut down his ability to land these multi-kills. But T1 had no answers.
Yeah, this round was huge.
Yeah.
This one, is especially also earlier, just the round before that one, Nongshim did go for the A control and they kind of got shut down, but then they just went for it again.
Yeah.
And they realized, well, okay, we can fight the A. We can just go wherever we want almost. When the operator comes out, we just go B, right? They can't really do anything about our Neon, so let's just keep sending.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said, it's an incredibly simple game plan, really. There isn't a lot to this. They're trusting Dambi to get the job done, and he clearly is able to do that in this map. So where is the answer? That is the question for T1, is what else have you got cooked up to be able to stop this Neon? Because this double duelist approach, trying to match it with Buzz also on that agent, was not the correct answer.
Yeah, big shocker. How do you win against T1? You just kill them all. That is pretty much it. Dambi did exactly that, and you just have to love how he's actually taken this playstyle and elevated it so much. And I do have to call out as well, RB, we talk a lot about Munchkin, and IGLing, how he has one of the biggest brains in Pacific, but let's not forget that RB is also one of the most experienced players that we have here in Pacific. He's one of the OG players from this region. He went over to VCT CN and learned a lot there as well, and he outcalled Munchkin in this map.
Yeah, I mean, very, very easily as well. That's what's the most worrying thing for me, is it's not like RB had to get incredibly technical to be able to outmind Munchkin. If anything, he did the exact opposite. He understood that Viper comp wants to rotate and flood fast, but the Neon is faster. He's breaking through that control before they're able to flood, and then you're putting them into those retake situations where with that Viper comp, you're always going to struggle. That's why you saw that perfect 8 out of 8 post plan. So I love what RB's bringing, and I love that they trust the individuals on that Nongshim team to get it done.
Yeah, there's definitely a skill also sometimes to know when to keep it a little bit more basic or a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying this is working.
Yeah.
So we need to keep exploiting it. Right? I feel like the best example, everyone, is the best meme, the Team Secret, when they went A, I think 12 rounds in a row on Haven. Do you guys remember that a couple of years ago? I feel like that's the best example. If it really keeps working, then why would you change?
If it ain't broke.
T1's taking a timeout, and you did it again, it's still working. So you keep going, right? You need to exploit if there's a weakness.
Yep.
So no need to overcomplicate it. We played this comp so many times, and we had to default everything, and we need to make sure that, okay, you're breaking all the Killjoy util, you're breaking that turret, you just getting all the Viper juice out and everything, you're defaulting so hard. We could have just done this, I guess.
Yeah, it prevents so much information overload as well. It prevents clutter from happening within the team too. If you just keep doing that and keep it simple, as you mentioned. We're now going over to Corrode. Hey, we're expecting to see a lot more Neon here from Dambi and potentially from Buzz as well. Can he keep up with Nambi though?
Yeah, I mean, Buzzer's faced criticism in the past about his agent pool, about what is he able to show that looks very strong. In map 1, his Raze looked brilliant, and we were praising that about how they're prioritizing the comfort for him a little bit, but then they clearly didn't do that on Haven. Munchkin brought across his own composition and will have gone, guys, let's run this. Trust me, I know it, it works. So I think Buzzer's agent is a big question mark for me on Corrode. I think for me on the map, I love that Waylay Yoru, so I want to see if maybe T1 are going to try that.
Yeah, I'm curious. They definitely do have the players to do it, right? We saw how good the double duelist looked for them already, but I'm curious about what Buzz is going to be playing in that one, if Izu's playing the Yoru, right? So are we going to see Buzz play the Waylay? Are we going to see him maybe play something else? We used to play it with the Neon, right? So maybe you can play something like that. I'm curious to see if it can hold up, because now there's some pressure.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit more. Everything was kind of a little bit easy for them on split, and now all of a sudden, okay, well, they kind of just got stomped. So let's see. Now there's extra pressure. We talked about so much how much pressure there is on T1 in general.
Yeah.
Right. I'm curious if they feel the pressure in the changing room right now.
Oh, for sure. For sure they do. Not to mention, Nongshim, they must be feeling good right now. After a very close split map and then taking a very dominant Haven, they now challenge T1 on Corrode. And here are our agent comps.
Okay, we're gonna see Meteor actually pick up that Waylay. I do like you. You did just mention it, Morgan. It's gonna be the Waylay Yoru for them. So nothing too complicated. And then the Neon, just as expected.
Yeah, I mean, Nongshim, we're happy to see more Danby Neon. Don't take that away from me. Very, very similar approaches. I think Meteor on that Waylay is the one we have to look out for here. So I think a real standard clash of styles, but it's all about, can you stop the Danby Neon, because they couldn't in map 2. They got rolled over.
Did you see the Nambi?
Yep,
The Nambi. The Nambi or the Dion. Hey, I'm here for it. And hey, it's been a hot minute since we've seen Meteor on the Duelist. Here we go into our first map 3 of the season. We're going to toss it back to Paperthin and Achilles.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Corrode to decide it all. Nongshim, can they pull off a monstrous upset? Will T1 be able to refine their stability? Close this out, keep themselves in the upper bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of eyes going to be on Meteor on the Waylay. He's played it a couple times before, so it's not like it's his first time ever debuting the agent. But a bit of a change up for T1 since the SVL, mixing the roles around a mite. And let's see if it works. You know, Buzz here going on his third different agent of the day, running the Duelist Gauntlet. This time going for the Yoru as well, but stock standard here from Nongshim. About what you'd expect from them in terms of comps.
Well, very quickly, they get themselves over onto the A site. Fight, trying to lock off that hall approach.
Spike planted.
Spike now planted. Buzz swooping out, looking for the transfer there to Domby, but once again, Domby in these pistols has been deadly. 2 kills found. Meteor regain some space, but Paranoia will hold him back. X-Ross going to be good for 2, and RB will have it, the finisher. Another pistol round win in the hands of Nongshim.
Yeah, and it's another great, obviously, entry from Domby. RB able to hold the back line there. Make sure that Meteor can't get up to any funny business. Izu throws a Paranoia there to try to set Meteor up. RB immediately counters with one of his own. Stuck there is Munchkin. X-Ross has been really nice today. Really clean, especially on Haven, I felt. It's kind of in the right spot at the right time, winning those duels when he needs to. Gets a 2K for himself. No buy up at all this time for T1. Classics across the board.
Meteor, just no other cover, no help on this side of the map. Just gets caught out into the open. And Francis, who continues to be deadly with the Marshall. Once again, at the A site, and it looks like T1 already getting clustered potentially for a spike death, but we know that Francis is going to go a-hunting. Question really is just how many kills can he get? There's one. Looks for another there. Trying to make it a third in the round, but Izu will be able to put him down.
They're going to throw a bit more at this.
This is where things could start getting a little bit messy, but Dambi's nothing else. You have to understand why he's really feeling it here. So Marshall going to get scooped up. Swing into the corner. Ivy with a covering fire is actually going to be the one to find the three. Getting your Viper halfway towards having that pit on 9 just about. Still pretty good for sacrificing that Stinger in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't mind it too much at all. Want to make sure you can claim whatever orbs possible here on this attacker side. Let's keep the ball rolling. Ooh. That second one was pretty nice. Got the headshot through the wall.
I say sacrifice, of course, scoops it up at the end. Sacrifice is Dambi, though.
Well, yeah, I knew what you meant. I have your back on this.
एनएस रिकवरी कर चुकी है भाई 2-0 वॉशरूम चले गया था मैं
Fairly synonymous at this point. Push forward. T1 looking to try to maintain control of this site. The push for the slide in.
Bye,
There's that
NS.
Stinger. Izu, however, making his presence known, comes away with 2. He's shutting down RB as well. With the player
Nice shot.
swing to the corner, and Francis snappy with the
भाई
shot,
swing
but
करके वापस
taking
कैसे आ
down
जाते
the
हैं
plan.
लोग
Once again, now free to come in. Just slowly drifting into the angles, and Francis just tearing them apart.
3-0
Now a 2v3. Any more losses? Continue to just spiral the economy. You're 14-1. As Ross look at the line it up. Munchkin does manage to come away with the kill. Saturate into the double dive. But Ivy's not caught by it. So now Munchkin has to scale and try to win the
Huh?
fight. And he
Huh?
got it! Red Bull clutch. Another
Ivy!
converted. 3-0 start for Nongshim.
And one of the big things in this round is Francis throws a clone on the outside of the site, and that makes Izu think that he might be getting flanked, that he can't just hold the line, and he has to give up A site proper, and it opens up the space, and Francis just keeps scaling, capitalizes. Absolutely stellar.
10th clutch here for Ivy. A slow start on that split, but good God, has absolutely heated up from Haven into this map. They try to draw some attention here.
Nice.
Francis, wise to it, finds the punish, takes down Buzz. I'm sure that Sheriff will be able to find any value here. Spotted now.
Oh no
Manages to fight his way out of bid. That's going to be a weapon recovered, potentially at least.
nice
Meanwhile, exec onto the site comes through. Stacks just staying tucked here behind the box, but RB says,
Nice.
"Oh, there you are." Spots him
Nice.
out, takes it, gets the kill, and Meteor will end up falling. So Phantom recovered by Izu. 4 targets to try to get through. Seems like a bit of a bridge too far, even for a player of his caliber.
Yeah, it's looking like a save here at this point for Izu. Grab the Phantom and he's gonna have to ride out the round with that, it looks like. Man, just good kills, tempo. Again, good from Dambi. Still, we haven't seen consistent answers outside of split. Slow that Neon down.
ओहो
We'll just drift right
सेव
into
कर
this.
रहा है
Kill on the Francis is going to be found. That will set up for Izu. Be able to survive and carry this weapon forward, but 4-0 start for Nongshim. The stars are aligning for the squad.
okay 4-0 time out soon
And it's just like Haven. Just keep running at them until they can prove they can stop it. Obviously an eco here for T1, but this is the team that should be relatively scary with Sheriffs in hand.
Timeout.
It's a team that you should rarely ever be seeing having to use the Sheriffs. Just given the caliber, but yeah, things have just been looking out of sorts from the second map up into this point. So a very early timeout call, a necessary one, sent out by KDG, trying to turn the tides.
Well, yeah, I think got to be talking about, thinking about what worked on split, getting back into those kind of situations. As far as maps go, Crode's going to be a bit more, you know, similar in the kind of ideas that you can run as T1. This is starting to just feel like Nongshim's got their number finally. That Haven was the first map they've ever taken off T1. Now they're looking to close out the series. Come out explosive.
Timeout done.
Francis has an eventual trip to try to continue to rack up the pain here.
Find you.
Recon. Spam,
Dive
spam, and
forward,
spam.
Zombie whittled away at the 45, the judge in hand, but to his util, Meteor finds a
Hell no, दोनों को एक-एक गोली मार के आया है.
It's 2 targets, too many. Feels like maybe switch has been flipped here as suddenly T1 just decide to hit every shot. Maybe that breather, that timeout call, exactly what they needed, at least for now. Swing in, Ivy.
2.
Able to find 2.
NT.
Stops him from really being able
दो
to
अच्छे मारे,
sell
दो अच्छे मारे. Well
Stats
played.
will go ahead and put the heroics 2 and
Well
Ms,
freaking
2
played.
casualties in their first round win.
Yeah,
But
really
T1 का गेम नहीं है, ये एनएस निकाल जाएगी.
waits out that relay bolt before dipping out. Able to get that kill on Adambi before he's able to get the gun drawn again. Just everybody in the right place at the right time, and like you said, starting to hit some shots. That's what you need here.
Stacks trying to rally him back in here. Operating out the hands of Buzz once again.
They were like, no worries, dude, no
For that
worries.
pre-fire, Dambi just get tagged up this time.
Every time Dambi will only get tagged up ना. Simple है, सबसे आगे भाग ही रहा है. उसका भागना जरूरी भी है. Team scale up कर जाएगी उसके पीछे. That's all good.
Smoke just to try to dissuade them, but it is Nongshim we're talking about, so that tells me they're just going to go stomping in.
Yep. Don't
Give it a
wanna-
quick pause.
It's not gone well when you've tried to fight them on this A site. So, let them expend some util, set up for this retake. They're going to be ready for how quickly Izu's pushed around elbow.
Looks like they're suspicious about it. One of the reasons why they can go pushing forward, but now they have it confirmed. But
Hell
RB
nah,
can just go
RB
ahead and
ने
hit the wall
यहाँ
bang,
पे
so
help कर
lose
दी
out
ना.
on the fight, but they managed to trade up now for 3 as Meteor's caught in transit.
Actually, Viper
That's
ulti
going
का
to
need
force
भी
the
नहीं था.
save to hefty weapons with the operator and the Odin.
Viper ulti का
T1
need
just
था ही नहीं.
backpedaling. Unable to get a consecutive round win. Nongshim maintaining a 4-round lead.
I think we really got to give some flowers to RB and the way he has navigated some tricky situations in terms of the mental aspect for his team. Yes, you could say that, oh, Nongshim just runs at you, blah, 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 but he's finding good moments to do it. In this round, he reads the elbow push perfectly. Little things like that, kind of all Nongshim needs. If they can keep firing, keep running, keep gunning. It's about those small details. Something RB just handled in spades that round. Meteor didn't even think that somebody could be around that corner. It's the easiest kill for Francis. Dambi has his ult. Meteor has the convergent paths. T1 really needs to get some value out of this buy. A lot invested in this round.
Not much can he wants to do his typical stuff. He wants to try to push an angle, spam through with smoke, but as soon as you hear that pressure, as soon as you hear that sprint coming at you, just has to back away. 1-for-1 exchange. As convergent paths going to be sent. Meteor dashing forward, opposite side of the box. Saturate going to be set up, but has to take the refract out to safety. France at the same time scaling forward, is able to find Buzz. Not giving him access, but Munchkin on high. Does manage to find a kill, and Izu cleans up the remaining 2. Things starting to get chaotic, but T1 managed to find some semblance of stability there as they get a second round.
That's exactly what you needed from Meteor. It's a nice convergent path right as they're going for the plant. Doesn't overcommit, just buying time to set up his teammates on the flanks. Francis here to find 1, but Izu gets the better of him, gets 2. And that's all about that, using that waylay ability to refract, to get in and get out. Munchkin goes right for the pit.
He does, and Tambi goes
Oi!
right for the shorty. still gets a good amount of damage across. That's pretty much wrapped up this B site. Media at the same time, though, scaled down. Bottom of mid.
Well, you're just talking about how difficult it was for Munchkin to kind of do what he wants to do. Just grab a shorty. Not a bad answer there. Stop Dombey in his tracks.
Still on a knife's edge.
Oh,
Francis is still poking and prodding around this pit. He knows that he's in it, and he's got such a limited window, so he knows exactly where he's at. Spike still a world away, but Meteor still scaling forward. I don't think he's going to be ready.
Nice.
So Ivy gets the catch. Suddenly, there's a player advantage here for Nongshim, and they can just go pivot right back into the B side.
1-0 down होने के बाद NS जीतेगी T1 से. This is kind of an upset.
Expecting that they're going to try to scale forward. Instead, they just wait for that extra layer, deal with it, give themselves that numbers advantage.
Stacks sending out the Nightfall, TP up to heaven, and oh, the double face forward. Stacks guns down 2. RB heels swinging around the back.
2v2.
This Buzz is the one who gets caught off guard. Izu finds a player on site. They know that RB, couple different angles of approach, and now they know which one it is, but the paranoia hits, has the headshot, the defuse being stuck. The drop down.
Oh no!
In front of him and Izu. A swap with a shorty. Needs to recover the operator, but has the round in hand.
Plenty of time. This is a great response by Stacks. Wants to go for it, feeling the pressure of that scoreboard. Says, I'm going to throw the fade ult. See if we can force them to try to make a play into this Odin. He gets a big double. Izu has been monumental, instrumental. Great, yeah, like you were talking about, great read by Francis. I'm hoping that flash had connected a little bit better, but Stacks so quick to pull the trigger. Nice work by Izu. That round really Stacks. Nice work by him to bail T1 out of what looked like a bad situation. Good early reads by Nongshim.
I mean, it's still rough. And they finally whittled away at this economy from Nongshim, but
that just means Dombey has a judge.
He does, and he has an overdrive.
And an overdrive.
But because of how close these rounds are, it's, I mean, T1 as well, barely able to really scrape by with anything. I mean, Meteor's down to 0 creds here.
क्या expectations है guys बताओ? Final scoreline expectations बताओ. मैं बोल रहा हूँ NS 13, T1 8.
There's a dimensional drift coming through. Buzz trying to find a timing, going the peak, but just can't quite line it up there. So Dombey lives to fight another day.
Has a drift of his own though. Pass the off over.
Absolutely going to need to.
ठीक है अब full damage to drift हमारा.
Rushing forward, getting the spots. So he's going to be sent. Meteor
Hey!
shorty to the face. RB going to be taken down, but Dombey does
Nice.
make it back out. Ivy trades it up.
Nice.
Dombey eliminated. It's now a 2v4. The Odin here on the site, but damage suffered. So now they have to abandon it. Allow for Nongshim to claim the round and leave the AWP behind.
Still just can't consistently find answers to Dombey and the judge. Try to use that dimensional drift to set something up, but Meteor gets in there and is immediately traded. Try to keep putting that pressure through. It's just completely thwarted.
They're at 6 now, and we saw the 8-4 scoreline on Haven. Nongshim very well could be looking at that. Not a 9-3.
Oh yeah. And they're not winning their battles out in the open there. I mean, Izu, as good as he's been on this map, gets bested. Man, it's it's so hard to fight this Nongshim team when Dombey's in really good form, and he is.
भागो, Dombey मियाँ भागो.
Fishing for anything that they can get, but Nongshim very much becoming wise to this spam in mid. Francis, at the same time though, still gonna get crap tagged out of him there. Munchkin pulls away, gets himself out of the sight. He's now within a main. The drive pop from Dambi for a target, just fishing through the smokes. Stacks goes on the drop down, finds the timing, gets blinded up, and still is able to catch RP. Munchkin now making his presence known, storms his way right back into the
The
site.
flash was good as hell.
In here for X-Ross. Split away from his teammate. Stacks
और
is
ये ओडिन जब तड़तड़ी करने लगती है तब
walls
किसी की
here.
नहीं
And
सुनती.
this weapon try to get T1 back into the driver's seat.
Wow. What a turn from T1. Going for the big play. Flash in, stacks in. He's got you another big round.
30 seconds left.
That is absolute madness. Looked so nice for Nongshim. The B site. Tricky. Ivy drifts away. Ooh. Close.
Tries to go for the readjustment, not quite a wide
हो
swing.
गया.
But it's okay, he passed over the Odin first. Can't leave that one behind.
Nope. That's what we learned at Champions from NRG. Kind of good gun on this, especially on this map.
Yeah, I mean, they've made some changes to try to make it not quite as impressive, but
Still pretty good. Still pretty good.
I mean, honestly, Stacks hasn't even really been abusing wall bangs to be able to find the kills that he's getting.
Okay, so good.
No, you're right. He hasn't been abusing wall bangs. It's just he's been finding good timings off of util, whether it be his own or his teammates. He lit Danby.
No, damn भी हर बार मार खाता है.
A little bit of that decay.
A little bit from the decay,
But,
yeah.
not too much. Some damage on the Francis as well. As Meteor trying to hold down yards, saturate. Gonna be set, catches Dambi there in midair. Relay bolt will connect, but now Buzz has flashed himself. And Izu dropped.
भाई whiffing competition चल रहा है. कौन ज़्यादा whiff करेगा?
His Ivy is just so calm with it. Pushes forward, locks on for a third of the round. Nongshim do not want parity here. They want dominance at the half. That's them getting at least to 7.
Just a little bit of a fumble. The initial, I think, ideas from T1 seemed okay. But Buzz flashes himself and gives Nongshim that opportunity. And they're going to capitalize.
I mean, if nothing else, this might be the prophecy actually coming to fruition, though.
Which one?
Well, T1 won the SVL. Every team that's won the SVL has lifted a global trophy in the following year.
Okay.
And Buzz just flashed himself, much like Devi did when he was playing Vice, and then he lifted a trophy.
Gotcha.
At the so Masters
So you're saying,
London.
yes, okay.
So yeah, T1.
T1 Masters won London winners. Got it. Okay.
I'm seeing the script is coming together.
Man, Ivy, so sharp. Nongshim just across the board. Really sharp since split. Even on split, it wasn't that bad at all. Starting to worry a bit.
Okay, RB.
Buzz gone.
Just the roughest go. 1-9-2 on the Yoro. Swing in, Meteor. Knows that he's got some contact with that saturate, but he's just.
अरे Dambi, Dambi.
Izu dead. I mean, this has just been a playground for Nongshim. As bad timing on the reposition attempt. RP. It's a bit of a freebie, but Ross out wide.
अब 1v3 है, आगे शॉटगन भी है. शॉटगन के साथ कैसे करोगे?
1v3. Nabi spotting, killing, judging.
Dambi मैं वही बोला था. शॉटगन के साथ कैसे करोगे?
Just still no answers for T1 consistently. They're just so fast. He TP's up on the box. There's like 3 different smokes there. Just goes for it. Right into Buzz. That is a couple very rough rounds for Buzz, but some very nice ones.
Halftime.
आधा वा
Nongshim is really on fire. Just
हो गया, लेकिन यहाँ
Nongshim
T1
looking
की
to make
वाट
this
लग गई
5
है।
and 1 in pistols.
ये देखो यहाँ भी मीटियोर ने थोड़ा मिस कर दिया, एक शॉट मार के आरबी भाग गया।
Repositions and continues to be a threat here in mid. Do they read this?
30 seconds left.
Right now
Tough,
they
tough,
are not
tough,
looking
tough,
at this pocket. They
tough to
are
read.
not looking
टफ टू
at
रीड,
this tiny little tuck away.
टफ टू रीड। हर्ष खेल रहा है वाला कभी है ये।
To yard, but Dambi is also there. Now they know they haven't confirmed, but they know that they're going to be sandwiched. But Meteor does manage to go ahead and find the timing to get the kill.
He's
But
got
he's
the
the one
spike.
with the spike, and there's only 10 seconds remaining. Dambi has himself a third. Doesn't
Dambi
get the
will,
fourth once
Dambi
again.
be like, Dambi,
5 bullets remaining.
Dambi,
They know this
Dambi.
round is over. Meteor, yeah, 3 kills overall, but no time to work with. The round is Nongshim's as they get up 9-4.
Take a sec.
Well, you're getting an idea of why T1's coach talked about in our pregame interview how important it was to stop Dambi. The pistols in particular.
Dambi pistols में बकासुर है साला।
And just awesome. Ivy 13 and 5 on the Viper. 3 Bulldogs, 2 Stingers. Meteor does have the shorty. Munchkin's gonna grab a Sheriff, so a little bit invested in this here for T1. Gonna try to see if they can
बट हाँ प्लांट मिला हुआ था तो दिक्कत नहीं है ना, थोड़ा बहुत इन्वेस्टेड रह सकते
fully
हैं।
commit to a buy. Couple away from a convergent paths is Meteor after that start. So maybe just trying to funnel the orbs his way. Ping pong across the map. Francis with a bulldog there. Toxic screen to try to escort yourself in towards the orb, baby. Just forward. Spammed right through, and that's a kill, and that's a bunch of kills.
Francis with 2. Any hope for a dream, or even just a thought about having a thrifty? Quickly gets silenced.
Oh, it's dire straits.
Oh.
Well,
30 seconds left.
X, it's a good one.
One enemy remaining.
Now hit from
GG! 10-5.
Comes through, just the one casualty. More than affordable for Nongshim as they hit double digits. 3 away from match point. From the way that things had started, how impactful Buzz had been there on that split, but this has just been a complete and utter absence.
Oh, Nongshim is
Bam.
completely taken over this match. And it's feeling like T1 may have a lot of work to do still.
Buzz is left on an island, but doesn't have the TP, gets out, but that is full control of B main. Secured here for Nongshim, and now they can start pivoting. Bodies over towards A. Francis just out into the open, and he almost finds a kill on a Munchkin. But he has his own exit strategy, so goes unpunished. Meteor strafing forward, able to find a kill. Downbeat on the floor. Those usually bode well for T1's odds, but there's still plenty of shooters to try to get through here.
Nice shot.
Wow.
Francis finds the kill before the saturate. Prowler to the corner, the paranoia backs him away. Reposition from Buzz, trying to flash his way forward onto the corner angle. All the while, RB looking in that yard. Francis storms in, finds one. Izu gets taken down. Buzz and stacks. Looking to go ahead.
कोई नहीं, good bonus है.
Yet another bonus conversion. It seems like they're going to be well poised to do so.
Good bonus
Buzz,
है, good bonus है.
maybe
10-5.
getting activated. Finds 3 kills in the round. It's T1 up to 5.
It doesn't feel comfortable for T1. It is constantly just, you feel like you're on a knife's edge. And Meteor, again, you got to kind of question some of these agent swaps in terms of who's playing them for T1, because it doesn't always look so comfortable, especially with the duelists. We've seen some mistakes with the util.
Let's go.
Okay, Snack still keeping the energy there. He's found a new lot in life. Now he doesn't have to be perma-stuck IGLing. Just bring the vibes.
Saturate towards yard. We're not going to get caught by that one. Sprays to confirm his presence, though, is Bridget Pat's going to be sent, but no one getting caught. RB flush against the smoke. Izu on the opposite side, as well as Stacks. Sends out a couple shots. Reposition behind the box. Breaking that seize.
खुद ही को stun कर दिया.
Stun up, an explosion of death.
खुद ही को stun
And
कर
all of a
दिया.
sudden, T1, 3 players survive. They get themselves another round win.
That was awkward. It took so long for that to be dealt with. RB just clinging on to a corner. Then all of a sudden, Nongshim tries to flood. This time, T1 gets the barrels of the guns down.
He ends up kind of having to shift away from the wall, putting himself more in the open because of Tommy's relay bolt.
Yeah.
Clipping through the opposite side. Still cozy are Nongshim, but this could very quickly go to uncomfortable if T1 are able to find another round or two.
मेरे pool में मैं vote कर सकता था ना, मैंने NS vote किया था guys.
Difficult here for T1 to kind of get any kind of map control going, maybe get an orb going either into Stacks or Buzz's hands to get the ults. T1 having to be a little bit more cautious with all of this. One here for Buzz.
Shadows traveling.
RB playing back though. Real problem is have too many other options. You can overcommit here as Nongshim because Francis's position over at B main. You can just stack A.
I've not been hearing anything.
This is a great game plan. Good macro.
Looks like Munchkin not going to go pushing far enough forward here, so it is just going to be T1 going into the sack, but they have the dimensional drift. Critically, to try to spot this out. Push forward.
30 seconds left.
One found the dash in Meteor to try to find the kills. As they are running out of time on this dimensional trip, but with the kill on the X-Ross, allows for him to have a very clean exit. X does get caught up by one, but Bucky on the corner from Dombey, able to deliver. Time now, running low, jumps in, a second found, Buzz is shorty, able to ring out. trades back a kill.
Time buy नहीं कर पाया.
Francis approaching in around the back, but just doesn't have an angle to try to deny. Munchkin watching for it, peeking into it, getting dropped, and Buzz is surrounded! No
Well
Jim
played.
will not
Well
be
freaking
denied!
played.
Thrifty.
The Thrifty to get up to 11!
I love it. Absolutely love this play call and this idea from Nongshim. They're able to sweep the legs out from underneath T1 in so many different ways. Make it hard for them to get two ults online by making sure that you've got control of the mains early. That allows you to tuck Francis in. He had a Bucky of his own on the other side of the map. And then you can quickly commit resources to this side. And of course, Dombi with a Bucky.
Time out.
You wouldn't have it any other way if you're Nongshim.
Final timeout call from T1. 7 rounds in a row to avoid overtime. Feels like that is just not really in the cards here.
It's not going to be, they have one round that they can lose.
No, I said to avoid overtime.
Oh, to avoid overtime. Ah, gotcha.
Even getting to overtime, I think, would be a breath of fresh air right now for T1, given how this has been going.
You would take that at this point as T1. It's just, they just don't have a great read on this. They don't have the ability to figure out Nongshim, how to slow them down. You know, Ivy has been just a menace, especially on the other side of the map.
Jump peek.
अरे
Try to just get the kill.
Oi.
Dombi going to be taken down
Dambu.
to HP, and immense amount of damage going to be dealt here by Meteor. Does not get caught by the paranoia. Nightfall now sent out. Fast lane goes through, but Dombi is blinded.
इतनी util.
Kill, and Zizou is able to find RB. Looks like for now going to be secured, but Francis managed to find a little bit of value there, but 2v4, the players fanned out as they are. This would be miracle work from Nongshim. Seems like T1 not going to be giving over match point.
Call for a save.
It's a save. Flash in the pan here for T1. Keeping their hopes alive. For sure, not going to count T1 out just yet. Have to save these guns. Economy a little bit low for Ivy and Xros, but still a little bit of money there for RB and Francis, so should be able to put something together. And you know, Dombi, he doesn't care what the hell the economy looks like, what the bank account looks like. The man's a thrifter.
The real economy that's going great though for Nongshim is going to be this old economy.
Yep.
Ivy the furthest one away, but you've got one charge off for RB, one for Xros. Feels like it's just a matter of time before Nongshim have all the tools necessary to just overwhelm. And for T1, I mean, you have no comfortable moments remaining in this game.
It has to be clean Valorant, it feels like, the rest of the way through. Feels like you have to be nearly perfect.
He just got thriftied 2 rounds ago. It's not quite on pace for that here for Nongshim, but there is going to be a Bucky once again for Dombi.
And they're quick to push out mid. Look at all this. Just isn't gonna matter. Is it gonna matter?
Double dash into the site, sees that it's clear. Stacks watching around the back. Needs to win this fight versus Francis, and he does.
Cheeky.
A critical kill that gets rid of the potential dimensional drift in the round. Never mind. They could just send him with an overdrive. And he's been sent to heaven.
Wait.
Swoop out of the boys and Ormar be dead. As Xros
अभी भी क्लोज किया नहीं है नोंगशिम 2 और राउंड चाहिए.
So 3 away from tying it.
Okay. Now maybe you can start to believe a little bit more. They've just kind of taken a couple pacey rounds. This one a little bit slower, but not as loud. Still doing a nice job. Buzz holding the line. Easy peasy. Nice timing from Meteor. Now the pieces starting to fall into place. Let's see what Nongshim has up their sleeves. Try to get themselves onto match point. Again, that Bucky with the overdrive. Never got an opportunity. Gosh, so many ults here. We know Nongshim doesn't mind committing these on lower economy rounds.
Francis with the Guardian, though. Potentially terrifying for T1.
मैं तो एक ही चीज बोलता हूँ.
Try to just go ahead and double check this position and finds the punish, avoiding catastrophe. T1 decided to just punch up through mid, cut across into the B site. They will be gambling correctly.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is kind of tough. So much space given.
Oh.
Oh no.
He's not quite able to find it.
Thought he had it.
Some damage suffered, but late linger into mid.
Shots रे Buzz. Buzz is buzzing now.
Catch up to be neutral on his KD. Certainly impressive because he was in a massive deficit, and now with his plan.
Buzz is buzzing now.
As well. T1 getting up to 9 rounds.
There. Maybe there's belief. There's got to be a timeout here, right?
I think it's a pretty good timing. You're about to go into ahead of another buy, and you've got a multitude of ultimates. Okay, another clean tap. So yeah, especially that it ends up happening flawlessly. I think this might be a good opportunity for a timeout, but it seems like Nongshim might just be letting it ride a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Silk has got to get in here, but maybe he's still liking what he hears. I mean, again, a lot of times we as fans and viewers don't have the luxury of getting to know what the comms are like. So could just be hearing what his team has to say and says, okay, that's what I would have said anyway, so good enough. Let them play on. Let them get that confidence in their own ability to make adjustments. Give RB that chance. Gotta feel like he's earned it at this point with how well they played today. Francis tucked in again, deep mid. Not gonna be something that Munchkin is gonna be able to read.
Who's next?
Alt, Buzz.
Francis with the swing out, but Munchkin, he's already collected one. Now he's able to back away.
He just won that.
Buzz just scouting him out. Makes his exit. T1, did they just pump the brakes on this now? They're starting to re-explore mid. So it seems like they don't want to commit to this B site, seeing too many players.
Yeah, I think this is a decent call.
Fight.
Shot, RB.
Izu taken down.
Finally, a good shot.
Paranoia lobbed in.
Exros is down. Danby has his ult. Even Francis has his ult.
Slotting forward here, wall falling, and has that crossfire set up, but Munchkin does still end up getting dropped.
Now Ivy has his ult.
Position from Ivy. Does well to come away with the kill and keep it into a 3v3.
Is he going to be aware? I was going to say a Meteor kept going.
Spike planted.
And Stax is now a world away from the rest of his team. They're just safely rotating through their own spawn, our Nongshim. So as long as Ivy maintains his position, they're going to have a 2v2 on the site. It's the peek out. Shots going wide from both players. Dimensional drift from Francis. Scouting. Ivy wins the fight. Now a 3v2.
अल्टी भी आ गई, अल्टी भी आ गई, अल्टियां तो यूज हुई है.
Heaven just jiggle peeking, trying to see what he can spot. Hits the floor.
Default. Let's go, GG.
And Nongshim get themselves up to match point.
Now only one round left.
The thinnest of margins sometimes. But somehow, some way, Munchkin gets that kill fast enough that you can't pull off the bait and switch in mid, and you think, oh boy, numbers advantage. Then RB just answers back with a great kill on the Izu. Just double dips on the peak. Ivy wins a fantastic battle against Stax out there. You can get that overdrive into play and give yourself match point. Put it into Domby's hand. He's gonna slap
दामी
it down.
15 फ्रांसिस 16 ये प्लेयर्स का मारना जरूरी है.
Try to bring this to an end. That's exactly what they're going to look to do. Should you give up a site, Nightfall available for a potential retake. As that Munchkin slid up into the corner, just on the outside of this pit. They're going to try to just go ahead and circumnavigate it, work their way through mid, through the connector, and then have Munchkin go backstab the Viper. Ooh. But Ivy just takes the fight right to him, and he's able to find one, so Meteor does get taken down.
Love the call here from T1 to just disrespect that smoke.
With Meteor gone, can't give the plant to him, don't have convergent paths. Instead, it's planted by Stax, one away from a Nightfall of his own. Munchkin holding forward, watching the back flank, but it's 3 players coming his way. As Down leads the charge, draws his attention.
बेट करवा लिया.
Ulti! On the shores, as Munchkin ship crashes into the rocks. Flash out, clone hit.
खत्म कर दिया रे. खत्म कर दिया रे. हल्कू रे.
Close out the series, 13-9. They get the 2-1
क्या हो गया
victory
रे?
over T1.
T1 कैसे हार गई?
This is the Nongshim we have all been waiting for.
भाई अब वो हल्कू रे गायब हुआ है तो एक तो खाने वाली वीडियोस आती है कि मेरे साथ ऐसा मत करो मैं ऐसा हो जाऊंगा, मेरे साथ वैसा मत करो मैं ऐसा हो जाऊंगा. हर एक वीडियोस आ रही है वो पेंगुइन की. You're all obsessed with teamwork, so I'll try it first.
You're all obsessed with teamwork, so I'll try it. But just this once. You're all obsessed with teamwork, so I'll try it. But just this once.
किसकी आवाज है? आज बैटल नहीं हो रहा मुझसे. कल पेपर एक्स ग्लोबल है RRQ DFM में. कल पेपर एक्स ग्लोबल है भाई. नोटिक भाई कसोल में है.
शेविंग से जलन.
हाँ शेविंग से जलन होती है भाई.
कश्मीर होता था अबे साले मर पिटवा दे मेरे को यहाँ पे है ना. गर्मियों में होती भीड़. अभी भी भीड़ है बट इतनी नहीं है. इट्स लाइक ओके नॉर्मल. ठीक है. किधर हैं ये लोग? कॉल करनी पड़ेगी क्या? हाँ मोमोज खाना है ना. सिड्डू किधर मिलेगा? क्यों
नहीं दिख रहा है
भाई? भीड़ तो है गाइस, भीड़ तो है.
चलो भाई इसको एंजॉय करने दो. He's playing Apex. सब प्योंगयांग ही गए हैं. Best Euro rating India. Sai Hub. साई भाई ने नाम चेंज किया है. Zaxi क्या कर रहा है? Okay, Papillon देख रहा है. Even Ryzen is playing with Zaxi. भाई एक टाइम पे ये हुए करते थे. Zaxi, Ryzen, Microbot. ये चार थे. और टीम में रखते थे सबको. Suki is there, Miss Moon is there. आज तक पे क्या चल रहा है? आज तक पे तो खबर ही चल रही होगी. अंकित भाई क्या कर रहे हैं? CS खेलने गए. शीरो कार्बल खेल रही है. मतलब YouTube पे इतना खास कुछ नहीं हो रहा.
특히나 네온 플레이를 할 때 뭔가
인터뷰 좀
날개를
봐.
다는 느낌을 스스로도 느끼시나요?
네, 제가 일단 작년에 담비를 던져라 밈을 많이 들었었는데 그때는 제가 이제 어떻게 게임을 할 줄 몰라가지고 좀 많이 진짜 던지긴 했거든요 그때. 그랬는데 이제 스테이지 2에서 진짜 성민 코치님이나 이제 상민이 형 들어오고 이제 어느 정도 제가 할 수 있을지 이제 계속 생각을 하면서 자아가 생기기 시작했고 어센션에서 이제 제대로 경험치 먹은 것 같고 이번에 요맨 코치님도 이제 들어오면서 이제 저희 한 명 한 명당 진짜 잘하거든요. 모빈이도 잘하고 성혜도 잘하고 정환이도 잘하고 진짜 그게 좀 많이 저도 는 것 같아요. 저 자신도 성장함을 느낀 것 같아서 너무 기분이 좋습니다.
Yeah, I think I have a confession to make. Last year, when the Just Throw Damby meme came out, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know how to play this game on stage sometimes. So I would just literally quite throw myself in and throw the game. But this year I know what to do, and we have a great coaching staff. Sungmin joining us, and RB also coming in as the IGL and stepping it up for us. Also Yoman joining us and helping us out a lot. I did get a better understanding of what I'm supposed to do, and the team is also on the same page as me. And I think that really just kind of shows in our performance and how much we were able to improve this year. Now lastly, you said first seed, Master Santiago, that is your goal and you're going to do it. You only have the upper group final left. What is your mindset? 마지막으로 1번 시드로 산티아고 갈 거다라고 말을 했는데 진짜 이제 상위조 결승만 뚫으면 되거든요. 각오 들려주시죠.
저희가 작년에 여기 와서 DRX한테 연패를 시작하면서 이제 많이 힘들었었는데 어딨어? 하빈이 형! 와! 이제 위에서 오자! 네, DRX 뚫고 다시 결승 가서 무조건 1시드로 산티아고 가겠습니다.
Well, last year we lost to DRX and our losing streak kind of started from there. So this year, message over to the Bane. Let's see you at the top, the upper group final, and let's have a banger. But we are going to take that #1 seed Pacific to Master Santiago. Thank you very much, Dambi, and best of luck in the final.
감사합니다.
네, 이렇게 해서 담비 선수만 나왔습니다. And good luck, Bane.
अच्छा दूसरी टीम प्रैक्टिस के लिए पहुंच भी गई.
Wow, a declaration, a promise from
Dambi
Dambi
DRX वालों से
himself,
मिल
see
रहा
you
है.
all the way at the top. And I love this from Nongshim. This
सबसे
confidence
मिलके
coming in
घूम के
after
उसके बाद
going
backstage
through
गए.
the double ascension run and everything. They're such a different team now. They're
ठीक है.
much more mature. And
Guys,
can
you
hear it
watch
from
the
Dambi
highlights.
himself. He's
मैं
learned
गेम
so
के
much
साथ
and the team
फेस
has
कैम ऑन
evolved
कर
so
दूँ.
much.
This is why I love kickoff, man. You got no idea what to expect. Imagine a world Nongshim going in as the Pacific #1 seed, and they played like that in this map 3. It started to look a little bit ropey. I was getting a little bit scared towards the end, but they did close it out. They beat the super team of Team 1 and are advancing down the bracket.
This is a team that a lot of people have winning the event T1 is, right? Winning and then going on, expecting a lot of things from them, and Nongshim just beat them, and in pretty good fashion as well, especially the Haven one. They looked really good here. We spoke about not showing too much respect to T1, showing too much respect to some of these Korean players and giants that have been around for a longer time. Disrespect them a little bit, get in their face.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's exactly what they did today. Nothing too slow, just get in their face and like put some pressure on them.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Especially this. What more can you ask for?
You know, I mean, I love it because it felt like Nongshim was still playing their own game. They were not afraid of T1. I say, if anything, they were disrespectful of T1. They said, you can't stop us playing fast, so they did it again and again.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, you look at the results of the matches in the past few days, and I feel like everybody's been so wrong about so many teams and so many players, and I like this Nongshim. I'm happy to be wrong about this, actually.
Same, yeah.
Flashing back to our talent prediction where everybody was like, T1, surely, right? Surely, surely. But hey, these are the surprises that we love to see from these teams.
I mean, the thing is, on paper, this should have been T1 every day of the week. You can't argue with that, but then when they show up like they did in that map 2 and the map 3, they weren't playing their own game. They were getting run over by Nongshim. They're not finding answers. They're not adjusting round to round, and that really creates big questions now. T1 falling to that middle bracket.
Of course, T1 did lose a lot of pistols, so there's maybe something that they talk about afterwards. But on this map specifically, with that 13 first kills that they got, so there's so many rounds that they're playing the 5v4, but they can't convert them.
Yeah.
Right? I was really impressed with Ivy, and I think he stepped up when they really needed him. He was a little bit more quiet, and he stepped up. But I think, even though we're really happy for Nongshim, but we spoke so much about T1, I'm a little bit nervous about T1 right now.
No, it's for sure there is something a little bit shaky still about T1, and it's because there is still an adjustment period. You still do have Munchkin, although he's been very close to all of these Korean players for the longest time. It's still a new addition to the roster. It's still a new style, and you do have the addition of KDG too.
Yeah, I mean, also, these are not Munchkin-esque numbers. We're used to expecting a lot more from him. So then if he goes missing in the server, you have to start to worry a little bit for what's going on in this T1. Everyone's supposed to be able to shoot really hard, and then when they don't, it creates big questions.
Yes, very big questions. But again, triple elimination, so it's not over yet for T1, but they have to clean up their game very fast. On the side of Nongshim, hey, we just gotta see this team keep doing whatever they are doing. And hey, we love to see it. We love to see Danby here on the desk also. Danby, 안녕하세요. Hello. And congratulations, 축하해요, for that win. And we have Jen to help us with some translation because as we established earlier, my Korean is not great at all. So Danby, first question for you. Congratulations, by the way. You have such a unique play style. I'm wondering how you feel about the reputation that you've gained throughout Pacific. You have so many duelists all over the world looking up to you.
담비 선수 승리 축하드리고요. 확실히 담비 선수만의 플레이 스타일이 딱 있는 것 같아요. 그렇기 때문에 약간 퍼시픽에서 보여준 플레이 스타일을 보고 좀 많은 세계적으로 많은 팬분들이 담비 선수 되게 대단하다라고 얘기를 하는데 좀 이런 뭐라 그럴까 플레이 스타일에 대한 이미지 본인의 이미지에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
일단 제가 알고 있는 건 네온으로 이제 좀 많이 뛰어당기고 이제 팀원들이랑 같이 하는 것보다 약간 팀원들을 위한 네온이라고 생각을 많이 알고 계실 텐데 일단 요즘에는 그러지 않고 좀 진짜 저도 제가 지금 S급 선수들 보면 버즈, 텍스처, 뭐 햄미 이렇게 보면은 다 자기 엔트리 수행을 잘하는 이제 엔트리들인데 저는 조금 그런 사람들보다 그런 선수들보다 좀 더 빠르거나 아니면은 진짜로 조금 팀원들을 위한 그런 엔트리인 것 같습니다.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people would see, and I see myself more of as a neon that runs around a lot of places, gathering that info, and basically a neon for the team. And when I look at other S-tier players playing the same agent like Texture, Hyunmin, or Buzz, they're more of, they focus more on executing and doing what the duelists are supposedly asked to do. But for me, it's different, and I think my playstyle is unique in a sense that I play Neon for the team.
Ooh, that's very interesting. I'm curious, do you think there's any other duelist out there who can beat you as Neon?
네온으로 담비 선수를 꺾을 수 있는 선수가 있을까요? 퍼시픽 외에도. 다른 리그에서도.
저는 다 잘한다고 생각하는데 좀 자기 자랑인 것 같지만 없는 것 같고 이제 저희 팀원들도 저가 명훈을 가장 잘한다 해줘가지고 그거에 또 자신감 얻어서 항상 저가 제일 잘한다는 마인드로 하는 것 같습니다.
Everyone is a decent neon, but honestly, I don't want to toot my own horns, but I don't think someone that's a better neon exists, and that's what my teammates tell me too. So that gives me confidence to play even better.
I mean, I think I would agree. Wouldn't
Yeah, oh
you?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Demby, thank you so much for this very quick interview. Jen, thank you so much for your time as well for the translation. And 축하해요 for the win versus T1. We are happy to see so much more of Nongshim to come. And
Yeah.
guys, there you have it. Demby knows it himself. He says it very reluctantly. He says it very hesitantly. But there's probably nobody in the world that plays Neon as good as he does.
I mean, I got to agree. Who else can you put opposite this guy where you might be like, oh, we might be able to take the fight to Danby. Oh, you might be able to outmaneuver Danby. Those people don't exist. Obsoyo, as he says in Korean. They do not exist. This guy is the number one.
Why didn't you translate for me then?
I
look
didn't
at
want to
your
brag too
Korean.
much. I
It's
didn't want to brag
like-
too much. But I think he's a very well-deserving match MVP. I mean, this guy is just a wonderful character and wonderful to see him transform this, like, these servers. I mean, no one is able to keep up with him at the moment. And if he keeps up this form, there's a very real world of Nongshim being that number one seed.
What about you, Iwa?
Yeah.
You know something about chaotic neons?
I do. I had one for quite a long time. And very much at the start of the show, we said he's kind of learned to be a little bit more disciplined as well. And that I feel like with Moniette, that was very similar as well. He had to learn that because it's so easy to overheat on Neon, especially.
Yeah.
Right? You literally have an overheat bar of
Yeah,
juice of you running to overheat. And the moment when the juice is empty, then okay, it's not so easy to overheat, right? But when you still have some of that Neon stamina left to then not overheat, it's quite hard.
Yeah.
For a lot
Yeah.
of people, they struggle with that one, and Dami, I think, did really well today to not overheat and just really like do his job, get the entries, and then the boys lock down the post plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And the rest of Nongshim did very well as well. Congratulations to them once again. We're going to go into a quick break, but when we come back, we are seeing DRX take on Full Sense in another exciting match. So don't go anywhere. VCT Pacific will be right back.
We've got two esports endemic brands coming together to create a series of products for esports for the biggest stages.
퍼포먼스랑 컴페티션이 주요 키워드다 보니까 레이싱이라는 테마를 잡고 거기서 이제 영감받은 그래픽 요소들이나 다이내믹하고 날렵한 그런 실루엣 같은 것들을 저희 FS1 마우스에 적용을 해봤고요.
我们希望可以协助 POSA 成为电竞圈的顶尖品牌，而 Voxy 是其中一个助力。
Red Bull gives you wings.
Push, push, push.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.
Welcome back to VCT Pacific. You are just in time for our second match of the day. It'll be DRX taking on Full Sense. And this is a DRX that also has a little bit of a re-roster. We saw T1 and we're talking about how that re-roster affected their match earlier. How is this going to affect DRX this time around?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of questions, a lot of pressure on Hermes coming into this roster, but the core of it is still there. We still have some heavy hitters. Mako's there, Hyunmin's there. I mean, this is a team that really made a dent in champs last year, and they're looking to replicate that success, starting with kickoff.
Yeah, for sure. They looked really good last time around kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so I'm curious to see if they can do the same thing this time around, but there's definitely a little bit more question marks about the DRX that we're seeing now. We're going to see Hermes that's going to be coming in, and of course, he's been around. He has been playing on quite a couple of the Korean teams, but he is only 20 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
So he is quite young coming in. I'm curious what the decision is there for him to come in. Of course, he's the player that they want, and I'm curious to see his impact on the server.
Yeah, what have you heard about Hermes around the, I don't know, the inner player coaches circle or group chat that you guys all have?
So at least the one thing is that when he comes in for Flashback, he can play. Flashback played so much Yoru in that champs run that had good success in. So I'm expecting him to potentially just pick up a lot of that Yoru, and then they can still continue playing that double duelist that most of the teams are running at the moment, especially all of the Korean teams are running. So I think they don't need to adjust too much there. Flashback was really important for them on the Yoru, but I think he could do a pretty similar job in terms of flexing that secondary duelist slot for the team.
Yeah, and I mean, I think DRX have always been a strong system team. It doesn't really seem to matter who's where for this DRX team. The coaching staff know how to put it together, and we know that they have some of, if not the very best scouting in all of Pacific. So if they're picking up this guy, I think you have to have a lot of trust and belief that he will be able to slot in well.
No, yeah, for sure, DRX is just one of those teams that you mentioned the systems are very much in place, the protocols are in place, so that it's almost seamless whenever they have these re-rosters. Yes, there's a little bit of that adjustment period, but it's not as extreme. It's not as dire as some of the other teams might need to adjust. And of course, another adjustment that the team is having right now is that Bane is going to be IGLing for this team, taking that over from Mako. So that's going to be a big question, especially up against Full Sense. They also have a new IGL in Jit Boys, which we saw from last time versus Zeta. They've been doing so well, and they look so good.
Man, I just love this team. Is there a more fun team to watch in all of Valorant? Because I don't think there is. These guys are absolutely electric. Like you say, Jit Boys is now taking over the helm, and I have to say I enjoyed his calling in the first series. I think he's learned a lot from Cruz, so this is a team with even more growth potential.
Yeah, I think they put their best foot forward in the first series. They looked really good. They were shooting really well.
Yeah.
Definitely too strong for Zeta in that match. So I'm curious to see now against a little bit potentially a more tougher opponent, what foot forward comes next. Is it the right foot? Is it the left foot? Let's see if they got a knockout shot on them.
Yeah. Those are fantastic things to point out, because these are teams that, they have had cores from previous years, but it's still a different iteration, because up against Zeta, for example, Full Sense, you still had that familiar Thai firepower that everybody loves. But when you look at what they were doing, it was still very fresh, because you have Cruz coming in as coach, and you have new flavor from players like Leviathan as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, the most interesting thing is that they were behind on first kills in that series, but they still took 26 rounds off them, and they won every single one of their first kills. So this is a team that really knows how to shoot its way out of problems. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Zeta didn't do a good job of converting. They didn't do a good job of putting a stop to this firepower that I think DRX will do, but it's also very, very difficult to accomplish, because we know how insane these guys are.
Yeah, the trading was the main thing I thought that was really good. So a lot of times when Zeta did get their first kill, it was an insta trade right after. So technically, okay, yeah, it just goes 4v4 instantly, but there is the first kill there. So I think that was something that was really good for Full Sense. Of course, there's question marks over Jit Boys. He's calling. Cruz is his first time IGL. Watching the game, I saw a lot of stuff which I'm not sure if it is Frost things, is it Cruz things that I could see in them that looked like Talon.
Yeah.
There's things that, of course, we've done a lot of anti on Talon, and there's things I can see this is kind of the same team, especially how Jit Boys plays and how the Senti plays. He does play very, very kind of separate from the team, especially on defense. So I'm curious, him calling, how is that going to impact things?
Yeah.
Can, like, who's talking in the group, you know?
Yeah, and also just how much more initiative and how much creativity he can bring
Yeah.
to all of those decisions, because we already know how it looks like when they were on Talon. So because he's given more, creativity, he's given more initiative, how does he take that and be able to take this team to a whole other level? We're seeing the map veto right now. We have Breeze and Pearl and potentially Split, but this is the first Breeze that we are getting.
Oh, I'm excited. This new Breeze is I really like this, by the way. I really, really like the changes that they made. And the thing is, Breeze has historically always been an aim map.
Yeah,
Everybody, if you have aimers on your team, you want to play Breeze.
Yeah.
Full Sense picking this, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I think there's been a couple of options in the meta that you can play on Breeze. We haven't just seen the same thing the whole time, so I'm curious to see what they will go for on it.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like it will be something along the lines of some double duelist. I think Primi will be playing a lot of Yoru, as long as Yoru doesn't get nerfed, and then we'll see just the double duelists going at each other, I think.
Oh, well, that's going to be exciting. I mean, we are split here on the analyst desk. You're going for DRX.
Yeah.
We're going for Full Sense. Just goes to show, we don't know which way this match is going to go, but we cannot wait for it to get started. So let's send it to the stage for DRX and Full Sense.
VCT PACIFIC 2026. Earn everything. DRX.
We've got DRX versus Full Sense in our second matchup of the day. Just last year, we saw DRX take the kickoff trophy. The question is, can they do it again this year with Hermes stepping in? Because many are so excited with what their opponents in Full Sense were able to show. Our DRX about to prove that that's just all hype.
Yeah, a little bit of revamp going on for DRX. Bane is the one taking the helm, and we've heard so many times how great of a leader and a hype man this guy is. They want to replicate their success of kickoff last year, and we know they have the names to do it.
Oh, I like that little kind of handshake, that little tandem interaction between Termi and Mako there. And yes, it's a massive question because Bane as IGL, that's going to bring a different flavor to DRX. They enjoyed so much success previously. Can they replicate that this year or even exceed it? Especially up against Full Sense, their first opponent in kickoff. This is a little bit of a grudge match too, because DRX took that final slot into Champions, the slot that very nearly went to this Full Sense roster when they were Talon. There's a lot to be excited for Full Sense, but just like in the earlier series, I don't think this is just going to be as simple as another 2-0 Ewok.
Yeah, my bad about that one, but they definitely made some upgrades in terms of the firepower department, bringing in Leviathan for Cruz. So I definitely think they were a team that was scary in terms of just raw aim power already, and now it's just even stronger, and there's been such good moments where Leviathan was just taking rounds over in the previous against Zeta. So I'm curious to see, do they have the synergy that's going to go with that raw aim? So far, we've seen it. Let's see if it can continue against DRX.
Yeah, one of the questions that we were asking Cruz is that, does he feel that because the players are more comfortable with him, but they're able to actually add more and able to come out of their shell a lot more, especially with Leviathan, who was able to put up a really big performance actually in their previous match.
I mean, but when we speak about big performances, and I cast my mind back to kickoff last year, it was freeing.
Yeah.
Freeing was that guy on the Teo. He ran the tournament, and then he sort of dropped off the later parts of the year. I want to see him come into 2026 renewed, ready to bring that energy that he brought at the start of last year.
One thing also is that Bane as IGL, of course, frees up Mako to do Mako things, right? And remember when Mako took over as IGL and he was very vocal about how he was struggling, how he was very uncomfortable. And then when at that time Estrella took over, Mako went back into not IGLing and his performance skyrocketed after that. So I want to see Mako in his prime, in his element in this series.
Yeah, the other guy that was so important for them at Champs was Mr. Yum Yum.
Yeah.
Right? He was that guy for them, right?
Yum.
He playing insane for them. Hyunmin was so important. So I'm really looking to see him continue that type of performance. Our previous series was kind of highlighted or spotlighted by the duelist going crazy, right? I'm curious to see, is he going to be that guy for them?
Yeah, it is a big question because Yum Yum was just so memorable in previous events. Love the energy from Full Sense here, especially as headed by Cruz. First time coach, long time expected, I think, from a lot of fans over in Southeast Asia. Also because he just looks, he's happy to be in this role, adjusting a little bit, especially to all of the new buttons in front of him, as he revealed it in our previous interview. But as we step into Breeze, you mentioned how this is a very aimy map, and hey, when you look at Full Sense, that's pretty much one of their biggest strengths.
Oh, okay. I'm instantly looking at Hermes as well for the Yoru. We're going to see the Yoru with the Primi action. He's definitely going to have to contain Primi because they're going to have a lot of duels going at each other, but there's no Viper for Full Sense.
And then you're using Omen as well instead of Astro. I feel like Astro makes so much sense on this map. This Full Sense comp is very different from what we kind of have seen in other regions, especially on Breeze already. DRX is a little bit more standard. They're running with that Viper, Astra, and a double duelist Hyunmin on that Jet, where he has become so well known as well. So big questions about this Full Sense comp. How are they going to make this work?
Exactly. How are they going to make this work? We're going to find out as we step into Breeze with DRX versus Full Sense. We're going to toss it back to our casters, Achilles and Paper Thin.
Alrighty, here we go. Second series. We already saw one of our forward-seeded teams fall to the wayside with T1 not being able to get done versus Nongshim. DRX are looking to avoid that. It's a very scary Full Sense.
Yeah, for sure. This Full Sense team has really showed up to play. I mean, you can see that their raw individual talent was very much there, as you would kind of expect against Zeta. Now going up against a DRX that is known to be disciplined, known to have great protocols, have great reads on the meta and things like that. And I was just talking to Cruz a little bit right before this, and I said, "Hey man, what do you got for me here?" And he's like, "We're cooking on Breeze, bro. Like, we're cooking." And he's like, "We didn't watch any of the other regions. We just went with what we thought would work best."
All right, well, we will find out if that is going to be the case. Players across this stage. That Astra there for freeing. First time that he is ever playing this character, so it's going to be a new agent for him. As we re-debut Breeze.
अभी देखो मैच चालू होने वाला है.
2026 Full Sense to continue where they left off.
Even I came. Cambion कर दूंगा आज winners of VCT PACIFIC Kickoff 2025. Cambion हो गया, मैं भी आ गया. अब कैंप की साइज तुम लोग बोलोगे कि छोटी लग रही है.
I think obviously the other big question here for DRX, Hermes coming in. Of course, how is he going to slot in? Now you're going to Bane as the IGL as well. So a lot of question marks for both these teams, and to see, a little bit aggro on the pistol here of both teams.
3 players set up here at A main from Full Sense.
Full Sense जीत रही है, ये DRX भी आ रही है.
Going by, shots opening up, but it's going to be tied, taken down. Hermes eventually get traded, but Mako shrugging off the weight there that had been holding him down from IGLing is able to find 2 kills. Quick little readjust from Bane as well.
Spike planted.
Kneecap does get exposed around the corner, but Primi doesn't have a clear shot. Push up the corner up over top of the box. Swing coming in, Bane able to find the headshot. Primi taken down, and Gunman getting a spot on the Jet.
Nice.
Opening pistol goes the way of DRX.
Yeah, just a little bit of extra behind that initial push here for DRX. Able to get a big win on the opening duel. Hyunmin dashes past. And just kind of in a rough spot. The rest of the players, Mako just keeps swinging, keeps hitting. Nice reaction there from Bane. Okay, good start for DRX. Different looks in terms of who's on the roster and who's piloting the ship. But it so far looking A-okay. Full sense again. Just gonna
quad sack this time.
Yeah. 3 didn't work. Let's try 4.
Oh, Hermes just immediately fits right in on the stage, I guess.
Plant भी Hermes को दे दो.
Deco, yes, but 3 quick kills for him. 2 charges away from having the dimensional drift online. Give him the plant, so now make it 1. He's able to find the kill on the Jit Boys, which seems likely, but then again, contact is not going to be going Freeing's way. Continues to drift towards the double doors. Might just be able to have that ult ready for the bonus, which is a very scary prospect.
Wow. 2 राउंड में आदमी ने अपना डायमेंशनल ड्रिफ्ट बना लिया, काइंड ऑफ बना ही लिया पकड़ के.
Corner, and it is quick, it is snappy, it's a 4K, and it's a 2-0 start for DRX.
Maybe 3-0.
Yeah, exactly what they wanted to see coming in. Now you're going to get into the buys.
Best controller है हमारे पास Pacific का Mako in the DRX name.
Fed he is. Hermes ain't taking no weak Gobi.
You actually got me with that one.
Finally.
I just didn't know where you were going, and I was like, oh, that was unexpected. Well,
occasionally I'm funny.
Into the buy round proper. Remy walking down mid. Obviously with the changes, don't have that easy boost to get over top of this half wall, so.
He has no help here. Just has the gate crash.
2-0 है. DRX अगर अटैक में निकाल जाती है 7 राउंड. Then 7 rounds are enough, I guess. 7 to 8 rounds are enough. अटैक में. पिस्टल जीतने का सबसे बड़ा फायदा है रे. Mako timing ले रहा है. He could have got one. He could have got one. Nice one.
Down to 60, but now the pivot call comes in. Ty, a little bit of free fire since the cloud burst blocks out that recon. Freeing continues forward onto the flank. It's out of the smoke and into the
double triple peak.
Here. For full sense as Ty and Leviathan just can't maintain control. Remy is able to find one, gets himself on the board, but a lot more going to be needed. Trying to win out the round. Remy's there around the corner, the flash
भाई खत्म कर दिया.
through the box.
Eurodif.
And now it's just Jit Boys. There's DRX with 3 still alive.
Hermes का ulti भी use नहीं हुआ. वो भी एक चीज है.
They didn't even use the dimensional drift. And they're going to convert it. Full sense just off balance.
Boys work some magic. Finds the first of 3. Swing forward. Double shock dart still available, but there's grab well. There's the time gone. So it's just going to be getting some ult charge, but only one more scooped up. Freeing will find the final shot.
Nice.
DRX get the 3-0 start.
Yeah, so again, talking to Cruz a little bit, part of the reason he wanted to try this map is he feels like with the changes, the map has become, for all intents and purposes, easier to play. There isn't nearly as much of the map to worry about in terms of where the lurks can come from.
बहुत दिक्कतें खत्म हो गई है.
Because Full Sense is still trying to get all of their protocols together, trying to put their new system together, that this might be a map that suits their current strengths, right? Being able to frag out, being able to kind of play a little bit loose.
Let's see, अगर frag out नहीं कर सकते तो question mark है ना.
It has been DRX who have shown that their continued reliance on good coaching, good fundamentals, still is going to be best.
भाई 4 तो 20 सेकंड स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं और 5वां मिड पे है.
Still just be a need to get, reacclimated onto the stage, even with that first series going into their hands with relative ease. Some awkward mistakes there in that previous round for Flash himself. There was something really want to say. Freeing, how patiently do you play this? Well, that'll be good enough. Finds two, swing out's a nice shot from Pi, and a weapon to try to be collected. Grabs it through the cloud burst. But double face take through the corner. Hyunmin put him down to 7. Leviathan frankly tries to get into position. Peel off some of this pressure.
माको को खींच लिया फिर भी.
Trying as well to find Mako, but Leviathan, aggressive debut here on the stage. Continues, but similar story as Thai. Whittled away at, now down to 25 health.
Looking like time for the save. Yeah, DRX is
ठीक है. 4-0. A good start, a great start from DRX.
favorable. They are happy to sail away. 6-3 for Hermes. Great start for him here in Pacific. See that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people had, some questions about it. Obviously, flashback with his performances since joining DRX has always been a heavy hitter for the team. But as far as just roles are concerned, Hermes does slot in perfectly.
That's true.
Clearly, mechanically, doing all right so far.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, I thought big shoes to fill. Oh boy.
Up the rush. They have that reveal. Didn't quite collect the kill. But I like the idea there from Full Sense, even if it doesn't result in the elimination.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you might have to rely on a little bit here as Full Sense, is the difference between your info initiators. Fade versus Sova, maybe you can catch them off guard with some haunts that are not able to be cleared as quickly as...
Oh. Killua gets 2. Killua gets 2 normally. 3v4.
Go ahead and take out both the duelists from DRX. Sums up with a player advantage. Like getting hand for freeing.
So change up here on the A site too. Put in the Vice instead of on B over here. Flash at the front of the pyramid.
Mako wants to try to draw some of this attention, so Poison Orb and the Bite both go out towards that right side. Work is drawing their attention.
अब 2 actually चीजें हैं. Okay, Mako gets 1. Equate हो गई है. मैं यही बोल रहा था. Mako gets 1 more. All good ना? 1v1. But if Bane plant करता तो ज़्यादा better नहीं था? Ulti मिलती.
Well,
on Nightfall sees all available to Kahlua.
भाई कुछ अलग चल रहा है ये.
It's just so damn crisp. 5-0 start for DRX. Coach Cruz might have to pump the brakes.
if you were worried about any rust for DRX, I think that's been thoroughly quashed. This is certainly stainless.
कुछ अलग चल रहा है भाई.
God free. And Mako too. Mako's kind of better in a way, but man, that's still nasty from freeing. Yeah. Tough, but he's gonna let the boys ride it out, moving the Vice Util back over to B. So far, DRX is kind of doing a good job of working the map. And if they don't necessarily know 100% for sure where that Vice Util is, been able to avoid it. Something very, I think, unorthodox for this map. You have a bunch of ults here.
ये मिट्टू है कर सकते हैं ये राउंड में.
And Jip boys, pieces of their own on the other side. Mako pit if they can get there, freeing. Yeah, Cosmic Divide to escort along the way. Get that plant down.
Okay.
I'm not going to check over towards Hermes' position.
पीक आएगी.
Why does he want to swing?
स्विंग आएगा. पीछे चले गया. स्विंग आना चाहिए था.
Deeper angle, watch in towards this B site. Boys steering into mid. Be a belter of a shot. Closer and
Shot.
and Hermes. Micro readjustment.
एंटी लेवी ऊपर चढ़ा हुआ था एलिवेशन पे.
Able to catch him by surprise. Hermes for now staying tucked away here on the B site behind the half wall. Push out of the smoke.
Nice shot.
Able to find it. Hermes trades it back. CP has to be cancelled. Now you've got freeing in position, trying to get this catch at double doors, but Permi makes his presence known. Dimensional drift
खराब लगा.
goes on.
Nice one, free.
trap is sprung.
2v2.
Leviathan gone. It all comes down.
1v1.
Finds a one with the judge. Knows the Astro is still a ways away. Gets the tap. Gets the grab well out.
So much util.
On the spot. Green. Setting up another star. Sets up the concuss. Quick little jump away. The flash out. Swings in down to 10 HP.
नहीं dude, it was 1v1 और patiently खेलना था.
Bring this round over the finish line for full sense.
Whoa. Good time for Primi to come alive there. A little bit of an awkward moment trying to tee up Ty for the Blade Storm kills. He was still in the dimensional drift, so still able to get the kill, get the clutch, but still not looking very comfortable. Had to invest a lot into that round. Still only one player surviving. It's okay. Timeout.
We know that this isn't term. Like we.
I was gonna say. I mean, surely not.
If Termi decided to drop one round after a 5-0 start,
you know,
and then call a timeout, that would have been a bigger change than Hermes joining the team.
That's true. I would have been like, who's actually in that coaching booth? Like, who's got a Termi mask on and is down there?
But okay, I don't mind this at all because, yes, you win the round, but things are still very rough. You have one player surviving, Primi, good job, 3K, but economically in a very disjointed position at the moment for full sense and needing to have a better understanding of how DRX is attacking this map.
Agreed. I think I'd like to see a little bit more presence towards mid here for full sense.
Right here.
You need to make sure that you're not giving that space up so easily.
I'll return.
So kinda looks like they're gonna lean in that direction. TP back for Leviathan.
Also acting as a bit of a fake. So this makes DRX have to wonder, is he on top of the box?
That's what I was thinking he might try and do there initially, but just a jet. Ooh.
You're not going to be able to find that one. Getting away scot-free.
Timing here. Waiting for the drone.
देखो 1:5 है ये राउंड में. अगर हारती है टीम एफएस तो बहुत दिक्कत है. भाई हर टीम डबल डुलिस्ट खेलने पे तुली हुई है. एवरी फ्रिकिंग टीम.
Set up. Hermes eliminated. Little cycle of the smoke coming quickly.
Nice shot.
Over to backside, however, finding
NT.
one, but as that wall falls, Ty gets a kill, keeps them in with the advantage. Expiring, Vayne trying to keep it quiet, not wanting to commit in for the plant quite just yet. Knows that he's not safe, knows that he could get swamped. Nightfall going across.
Nice shot.
Mako swings back pyramid.
Nice shot.
Able to find two. Ty and Kahlua both going to be taken down. Smokes, or rather the pit, going to be invested here back of Orange. Rushing forward is Primi, but Mako absolutely denies him.
भाई ऐसा सेटअप दिया है कि अल्टी के अंदर से तेरे को जाना ही पड़ेगा.
Viper pit here from Mako. Makes this basically unassailable for Jit Boys. The push in and Mako gets the 4.
मैं बोला ना ये माको पागल आदमी है.
Any follow-up value from the timeout call, any consecutive round win for full sense.
Oh, man. Did you miss Mako or what? That's a hell of a round again.
This is the world of Mako and we are living in it.
Crisp, to say the least.
ये गेम्स खत्म होने के बाद इनिंग्स अनप्लग के लिए एक वीडियो शूट करूंगा. वीडियो शूट करके अपलोड करूंगा. एक्चुअली एक नहीं 2 वीडियोस अपलोड करने हैं 1 घंटे के डिफरेंस में.
Forces the hand of full sense to make bad decisions. Do we just have to rush into that pit? Try to knock him out. They try that. It doesn't go. They're just gonna
triple walk into mid.
Sheriff's one bandit in the hands.
Just be all 5, yeah. They're just getting stacked up at the double doors. But DRX, I mean, they seem like they're just completely drilled and ready for this.
That's really great. pushing forward though.
Bane is moving forward, and he does have the spike.
Patience is wearing thin.
Let's try to get this drone off. So up and over the top, this should tell a good amount, but actually it's better of it. Cancels that.
पीक आते चप्पल पड़ेगी.
Hermes. Gate crash quickly. Back onto the angle, but Kahlua able to capitalize, finds the kill, and now they know that Bane is forward and widely stranded. Mako not going to be there to really peel back that pressure quite just yet, but Ketman out from elbow, able to find one. Primi puts a shot in the back of his head, but Freeing is there to peel it. Weapons now being recovered as
Mako is mad!
Gets the 3K. He says, okay, close, but no cigar.
Wow. Cool ideas from Full Sense. A pretty decent read on the round from both teams, honestly. It's just a little bit more patience being showed by the Thai boys. And, oh man.
बहुत जल्दी खत्म होगा. In this way, it will end very soon. भाई वो लोग 9 राउंड निकाले थे, तब हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि भाई शायद जीत सकती है. यहाँ 1 राउंड निकला है 8 राउंड में.
Double doors side. Spot for one. Just Fury getting opened up. Bane good for those tags, but it's just going to be a quick exit into the shorty barrel stuff. Hermes does get traded back. Jump shot here. Who's wide from Bane? Again, 1 for 1.
फिर वो यहाँ लेम्मा को 1-2 मार देगा.
Give up the sight. The retake's going to be difficult.
What I'd like to see here is some patience from Full Sense. Wait for these flanks to materialize. You don't mind seeding the plant over, just be patient.
अब ठीक है, होल्ड डाउन कर लो. अल्टी है, अल्टी सेकंड अल्ट जिट बॉयज की अल्टी भी आनी चाहिए. पर एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम ये है, जिट बॉयज की अल्टी पूरा साइड एक्चुअली कवर नहीं करती है. फ्रीइंग इज डेड. फ्रीइंग इसको मार दिया. माको को 2-3 मारने पड़ेंगे. एंटी बता ना, एंटी वहाँ माको एक भी नहीं मार पाया, वहाँ खत्म हो गए थे.
Fantastic. Just really nice play early to punish the TP back in towards A main. Primi able to get that, and then the pause. Let DRX work in through mid. You've got control of main. You've got control of your side of the spawn. Great job by Kahlua here, just knowing there had to be somebody back there. That's the best round we've seen from Full Sense so far. That is a really well thought out idea. They played it incredibly intelligently.
Back to back. Try to recover this half. For the moment. Make this an 8-4, 7-5. Feel pretty decent about your chances, given that you have the double duelists as well. Looking like a pretty quick hit into this B site from Kahlua. Snipe Ketman in the sky. Good boys investing the ultimate.
Hermes whiffed. Hermes whiffed.
Enough to peel these kills out of backside. Loses his life. This round is very much slipping out of the grasp of DRX.
2 मारने पड़ेंगे माको को.
Oh my goodness. Nightfall just got out of his hands in time.
Trying to pivot to A now. Some poison orb.
माको 2 मार देगा.
Try to escort Bane across.
तो राउंड पलट जाएगा, नहीं तो राउंड नहीं पलटेगा. माको got 1. Yo. बेन और फ्रीइंग को भी 1-1 मिल गए, बट ठीक है. अब भागो तुम ए पे तुम भागो.
Fantastic reaction.
ए पे तुम भागो. Hell no.
In response, my goodness, what a round this is. Wheels coming off. Dialed in on the corner.
Shoulder दिखा, wall bang head पड़ा.
Get a third.
Just want to clip that round, speed it up a little bit, play yakety sax over it. That was all over the place.
This is chaos as only we can deliver.
Only Pacific, baby. It's good start. Great shot here from Killa, and they're popping a couple different ults to shut down this exec. Looks like it's going to be 100% the right call. They've got a decent read on players being in that smoke. They just don't guess where they're going to pop out from. Jeez, Jit.
Timeout.
Starting to feel themselves a little bit. Now, surely this is a Turvey timeout.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, so not wanting full sense to run their way back into this one.
Maybe just talking about patience a little bit. Trying to do what was working early. Attack the extremities, look for that vice, maybe go the other way. Kind of force full sense to react to you, react to your rotations. But overall, good bounce back here for FS, but it's going to be enough. Mako continues to be dialed in. You know it's probably only a matter of time before Hyunmin really starts to start firing. Freeing's looked sharp. Hermes has been very nice. It's going to be a weak buy. Kind of a bunch of different weapons here. Stingers, Marshall, Sheriff, Ghost. Mako with the Marshall. So this goes.
Over the top, just a little bit of pre-fire. Fishing for some damage. It's only a touch on the Bane. So not going to be getting too much value from the Stinger at that range. They have successfully scared them away from main.
It's true.
Still do have that vice wall set up though. Block off anybody fortunate enough to advance in solo. While Freeing likely to get caught here. Oh, okay! More than made up for it. Went from Whip City to dialing in for 2 kills. Really giving his team an opportunity. Chipboy's tucking into the corners. The flash does connect. DRX.
The boys get one.
Bane is committed forward onto the site, so not even going to be able to really make a play for the Hunter's Fury, and this can slide back out, but he's just going to stay behind the pyramid for now. Doing the push, looking for the headshot, actually able to find it.
Hell no.
The corner, finding one, some damage.
Nah, dude. Mako being Mako, man. Macho, man.
Not much of that was decay, and it's down to Mako. Digging deep back into his roots from being a jet main. Trying to utilize this Marshall to get the round win. Jid is scaling forward, looking for it, the flick, not quite connecting the hip fire. It's not either, but it doesn't really matter because the time is gone. Ripty is found, DRX. Getting up to 8 off the back of the timeout.
It is scrappy, but this is a game changer right here. Looks like it's disaster for Freeing, and he recovers to get 2. And some of these tucked in angles that Freeing has been taking have really hurt full sense. Look at Bane just already celebrating. I love it. Oh, wow.
What? Okay.
You don't see that every day.
No, we absolutely do not.
Usually it's just maybe a smile if we're lucky.
Personality really coming out.
Last round. A lot of ults already available for DRX. 1 away from the pit again for Mako. Maybe a couple away. I guess the Blade Storm, but it's crucial with rifles already available. Really impetus on DRX here. Just going in towards mid. Already got the stars down. Just in case, but everything just kind of tucked along.
Drone तो instant तोड़ दिया है.
Try to catch DRX a bit off guard, but
shot.
Can't do it like that.
Knives and death. Tie. You'll see him try to utilize those. Now the attack onto the B site, getting ready to be sprung. forward, clone up the wall. Hyunbin just caterpillaring the smokes together. Catch there nearly onto Premi, but it's going to be Jit Boys able to find the kill as Hyunbin does get taken down. Pop flash to the corner. They're in.
nahi bro.
Mako was unable to find the kill. Hermes going to be good for one, but now Bane taken down. Just Hermes and Freeing. With no time really remaining, Hermes able to find one more kill, but the spike still stranded. They basically have to kill their way through this one, and Premi can't just hide. He's actually out into the open for a brief little moment, but now goes in with the dimensional drift, and that seals their fate. Wisely played. Makes it a 4-8 half, rescuing it as much as they could.
Hermes भी like चप्पल तो खा.
To be able to get him there in the end, but still DRX with a 4-round lead at the half.
I don't know. That's pretty funny. Can end the round in the dimensional drift because time's out. I love it. It's great. Great heads-up thinking from Premi. You know they're going to be running you down.
When he was just staring towards tunnel out in the open, I was a bit concerned, but
yeah, but you know,
he hit the shot, so
it's Premi.
Halftime.
I've just kind of accepted that he wants to click heads, but not a lot of head clicking from Full Sense there in that first half. It was a lot from DRX. Hermes freeing Mako, all looking really, really sharp. So is this going to be a very attackers-sided map? The copium for Full Sense fans?
Has been in the past.
True that.
See if that does continue, but for now, Mako seemingly kind of reveling, being off the leash here. See if the IGL duties back over to Bane, and he's looking damn clean.
Yeah, they've got some good ideas built into this. A lot of
great sketch work.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Very realistic. Well done. Yeah, please. Yeah, I think we'll see, but overall for DRX, I like a lot of their patience, a lot of their counter lurks. Mostly worked out for them. Just again, winning a lot of their battles. Winning some of the scrappy moments. Doing a lot of the things that good teams do. Oh, Hermes. Oh my God.
Lobbed in, pushes the smoke, and Jit Boys completely caught off guard. Now they have this front and back pressure applied to them here, do Full Sense. With dead, Mako just tucking up inside. Premi gonna be found. Hermes gets himself a second kill, and Mako just massacres the remaining two. A flawless pistol for DRX. As they try to just slam the door shut on Full Sense.
Yeah, it's DRX now. They're gonna be the ones to disrespect the smokes a bit. Hermes is happy to wait for that util to go flying by him, and he knows he's got a moment. He knows.
Woo, Mako being Mako.
Another 3K here. Mako. 18.
Mako 18 पे पहुंच गए.
Bulldog. No buy-ups at all for Full Sense, just the classics. Oh, smoke time. Right in time. Hermes wants to go big. But it's a snake bite.
Mako भी like मैं मेरा बुलडॉग चलाएगा भाई फुल शील्ड पे. बाकी तुम लोग तुम्हारा देख लो.
They're gonna leave Jit behind. The rear guard over towards B, where you've got some of the Astra stuff. Full Sense doesn't have Sentinel utility to contest with, just the Astra. Stuff that could be a little more difficult. Which way do they want to go?
The elbow. Hyunbin with the Guardian. Probably going to be favoring yourselves more so into main. Freeing does just have the Spectre. So the Cloudburst. Grabwell try to slow up the remaining approach. Just
पूरा का पूरा smokes के around खेल के ये round निकल सकता है. हाँ, Hyunbin gets one. Hyunbin gets the other one. Freeing को एक मिला. Freeing मर गया. लो करके मरा है दो.
Hyunbin having the drop down. He's out into the open. It's a little bit awkward, but Bane is there.
Sure,
Go ahead. Keep things centered. DRX now up to 10.
Yeah, I mean, just DRX
दो और
so
राउंड,
cagey
एक्चुअली
on the
3
side.
और राउंड्स, 2 तो ठीक है, मतलब 12 के लिए, मैच
Easily
पॉइंट के लिए.
Gunman.
और हर्मीज के पास अब ऑपरेटर आ गई है
Round
राउंड
from
3.
him. Gets the reveal too. Nice setup.
Ah, nice.
Bane the IGL now. Doing some good work. His classic agent of Soba. The man always got the vibes, that is for sure. Bane is
भाई माँ को
the happiest
भागे
person
जा रहा
I've
है.
ever seen. Especially when they win.
I mean, I'd say difficult to not be happy when you're surrounded by a team that's playing as well as DRX are right now. Mako 18-5. Here that the Statue of Liberty was shipped to New York. 1885.
I know. How do you know that? Well, you are from the East Coast.
Oh,
Just random
random
facts
trivia.
tucked into your brain.
Well, Mako looking to try to slow up this approach. Fight over the side. Bane still utilizing that
Whoa.
Sheriff to perfection. Finds the Leviathan as well somehow. Michelle running out of bullets here is Mako.
Nah,
Not
bro.
good enough to be able to find the kill there. And Jit Boys.
Bane got 2. उसके बाद तो 5v3 है, man.
Hermes with the operator. And he's already out. He's already saved.
Not any reason to forfeit that. Curious if he'll notice the Vice wall. It's over by spawn. Kept pushing forward, but nope. Better safe than sorry. Green, can he do any more damage? Would love to drop another gun.
Sets up another Nebula. It's the creep forward. You got Jit Boys around the corner there, but it's gonna just swing in.
Nice
Managed
try.
to buy him. So 3K for Jit Boys.
NT 3 लोग देख रहे हो guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Let's go, sheesh, man.
Yeah. It's just, it's going to be such a difficult road here for Full Sense. Losing both pistols. Losing not much, not catastrophic amounts in this round, but still, it does feel a little bit labored. And, you know, DRX is hitting shots, man. This time it's Bane. Does he get a reveal here? No? Well, yeah, kind of. It didn't matter. For the first one, the second one gets a little bit of help.
बेन को 2 मिल गए थे यहाँ पे, उसके बाद राउंड निकलना चाहिए था.
IGLing for Full Sense in case you missed it the other day. Yeah, doing all right there in the scoreboard, but still some heavy lifting that needs to be done.
अब पता है guys, दूध भी आने वाला है. मैं मैप खत्म हो उसके बाद दूध आए तो अच्छा, मेरे को उठ के नहीं आना वापस.
Stars at the front of A this
क्योंकि
time.
मैप खत्म होगा, कैमरा बंद होगा,
Layered in.
तब मैं जा सकता हूँ.
Trying to see what they can do to beat some of that out, and they do.
See what idea here from Frink. Try to slow him up. Quick peek through that smoke again, but immediately has to dip out. Still though, gets tagged down.
Nice
third.
Spring.
However, back orange, able to find one.
Nice, Hermes.
Hermes with a kill. Spring does fall.
Nice one, Ben.
3v2 though in the favor of DRX. As Primi
Let's go, Mako.
swing in, and Hermes has the shot.
एक एक करके सबको गायब किया.
Defuse to come through. It's DRX themselves 2 rounds away from taking Breeze.
Yeah, it just, the way that DRX is playing Contain here, so nice. Give them a little bit of space, but they're able to fill it right back in so quickly here. I mean, they're so fast to rotate. Look at them on the mini-map, how quick they're over here. Yeah, okay, Primi's got 2, sure. Nice, another nice one from Bane. Mako. Definitely, so far, the star, but man, Hermes is making a case. He is climbing up there, and
18 पे पहुंच गया Hermes.
peaks with the op have been really good.
Yeah, his impact has been insane. Forward dimensional drift, time running out.
अरे
Exit
TP out क्यों नहीं किया?
just absolutely dunks on him. No hope in hell is Mako. Has got
मारा
himself
किधर से?
two there.
कुत्ता. Back side.
Shall we go to Pearl?
We shall. I think if you're going to be popping out of a dimensional
Twing,
drift right in
twing,
front
twing.
of your opponent,
Replay by.
maybe he was expecting
Replay
you
वाले
to
भाई.
back him up or something, but he didn't even throw a flash. I don't.
मैं वही बोला रिप्लाई वाले भाई जल्दी आओ.
Well, that you can't, but like.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to hope that he's turning away, I guess.
I think it was just a confidence play, and unfortunately misplaced in the moment.
बाहर निकल के दो मार गया.
Yikes. That's not something you see very often from Primi. He's
40 seconds. कॉम्पी में मस्ती सू. Oh, no, T1 got deadlock. Resultat. देख लिया हमने एपिसोड ही देख लिया. वाओ.
Got a new coach. You've got Leviathan joining in with a bunch of players that he hasn't competed alongside. There's going to be changes. There's going to be a learning curve. I think that's to be expected. As well, it's not a kill, but it's certainly an immense amount of damage. Leviathan and Kalua both get tagged down to 45.
Double tags.
Hyunmin sat there at double doors inside with that judge, and Bane.
Expect कर लिया रे.
His brain is too big. It must be studied.
ओए.
Well, we knew
Mako.
brain. And he's able to find himself a second. Primi doing his damnedest to wrestle that kill in. Finally does find it.
45 and 100. या तो प्रीमी निकाल देगा. प्रीमी हाँ यार मैं बोल रहा हूँ या तो प्रीमी वन साइड मारेगा.
Bane, do you read this?
क्योंकि वो किल वाले भी मारा.
Kind of did, but just couldn't get away from the headshot. Nice from Kalua. Now the plant able to come in as they identify Fring's position. He's going to swing around through elbow. Himself over to main. Trying to see if he can pull off the 1v2 clutch. Kalua has a read on it.
Nice,
Not shut him down.
निकालना प्रीमी को ही है.
Dissipate, trying to see if he can catch Primi off guard. Give it over to half wall. The plant not for him. Smoke now set up the defuse, at least being held to half. Knife out, Primi pushing forward, push out of the smoke.
एंटी हो गया रे.
4K from Primi.
हल्कू रे. एंटी हो गया रे.
Will since find another round, but they need 6 in a row just to take it to OT.
Yeah, it's got to be more than just Primi having good rounds. I mean, we know he's good for a few of those every map. It's got to be a bit more in terms of dealing some of these situations. Yeah, he gets there eventually. It's labored. And, you know, I think kind of the thing for Full Sense here is kind of get some of that shooting online and damn quick. Need 6 in a row just to get to overtime. Do have some ults, both sides of the coin. Being in Mako, Killua and Jip Boys.
No reveal from the Haunt.
पीकर था.
Very spread Full Sense at the moment. Mike potentially at risk, being brought forward towards mid. Hermes holding here, got the dink,
Wall
but
bang
not
padi.
get the kill. Bane now, eyes drawn away from elbow. Fills that space
लेवियाथन 18 पे है.
behind mid pillar.
Position. Ooh, Killua. Wow.
Okay.
Nice shots, bro.
Very much heating up here. 2 more kills, Fring and Mako. Try to see if they can be the difference makers.
Mako
Plenty of
is
damage dealt as
Mako.
the bite goes out. The swoop forward, Fring. Desperate for the kill, but cannot find a tie. Narrowly able to escape.
जो तीनों लो है.
At the health bars.
35, 40 and 18.
save? Looks like a save.
Seems like it's going to be the case, which is always brutal when you know that you've done so much damage.
अबे try करना चाहिए था रे.
Green will be able to just bring that line of sight before it would come through. So Full Sense now getting the good news that they don't have to worry about defending this spike anymore. Keep themselves alive. 5 more rounds to go.
It does feel like a little bit, as we're going on into this map, that Full Sense's kind of senses are coming back to them, and they're able to start shooting back.
अबे Jet मरेगा कि नहीं? That is the question. था मरेगा कि नहीं?
नहीं मरेगा.
A little watch for that cross at mid, for example. Get 2 big kills there, but still, you just lost so much so early. I mean, if you were, they.
भाई wall bang connect हो गया था रे.
After that, it's been pretty competitive, but you can't be doing it. You can't be giving up 5 rounds to a team of DRX's caliber. Just took too long. We'll see. And they string together a few.
ये game के बाद guys we'll go on a break.
Yeah. Good news is you didn't use any ults.
Hermes 1 away from having that next dimensional drift available. Going to get it here in this round, freeing one of the 2 rifles that they do have. All alone, taking point here at Halls. And he's going to have to try to back away, but Kai, on that tailwind forward, spotted him out in the corner of his eye. He peeks it, finds that punish. Vandal now on the floor. Mako eliminated.
Oh.
Hermes dead. Leviathan said, yes, please, keep peeking me.
Oh.
I'm feeling it right now. Can he just one-tap a 4K out?
He wanted to.
He really did. Bane will be able to deny that, but good lord.
यो टिंग टोंग टिंग खेल रहा था. ओए.
Now that's where you do have to start getting a little bit worried if you're DRX. 4 rounds to go, and Full Sense are starting to hit their shots.
It's getting to be quite an interesting one. I mean, ult cycle, both teams have quite a few available, but if Full Sense can kind of use theirs more effectively, they get up to double digits or past. But DRX does have some of their superpowers as well to use. So, timeout. Last one. Termi wants to end this as quickly as possible. So, how are you going to do that? It's
gotta be sweating a little bit if you're Termi.
Well, it just felt like you were in cruise control there for so long. I don't mean to make a joke, but it does feel like you're just, just handling yourself so nicely.
Yeah.
Everything's looking great. Aim's sharp. Decisions are good. You're out thinking your opponents. You're out shooting them in a lot of moments, but now here it's kind of raising some eyebrows.
Start running it back. I mean, no one wants to be Fnatic on Breeze here. I want to let that enemy team slip right back in and steal it away from you.
I mean, if it's Fnatic, it's fine with me, but if it's a Pacific team playing them, otherwise I truly don't care.
I just want to make a dig.
Yeah. I hope Yinsu's watching,
Well, here we go. Dimensional drift, pit in response. Mako just trying to block off default plant here. Primi will turn back Orange, swinging around. Orange here finds him in force trouble, gets Bane as well.
Mako ने भी एक ही अरे प्रीमी पागल हो गया है.
Alive and well. Ty watches the rotations and Hermes.
प्रीमी पागल हो गया है.
It's a 4K. It's
He is one of that kind of Smurf in a gold lobby जो भाई Ascendant Immortal होके gold lobby में आता है, फिर खोलता है, फिर लास्ट में 3-4 राउंड जब बचते हैं ऐसे स्कोर पे, तब अकेला दम पे ओटी लेके चले आता है. अब ये क्या अकेले दम पे ओटी लेके जाएगा?
I think, and they push Mako with that little bit extra fire out, and that gives Primi that space next to the yellow box. Oh,
disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, look at where he's at now.
Disgusting.
26-14, he's overtaken Mako in the overall standings. If the DRX want to end it now, it'd have to be on the back of a Thrifty. Knives there for Hyunmin, but Mako is dead on the floor. Marshall not doing a damn thing.
भाई आदमी पगला गया है साला ईगो पे ले लिया इधर मेरी टीम को तो खोल ही रहे हो मैं कैसे खुल जाऊँ बे
A little bit slow on the draw, spotted by the Haunt, backpedals into the site.
Doesn't change any of the ideas here for Full Sense. They're still very committed. They're just going to pause a bit and then go, and that's opened all the space in the world up for them.
It seemed like for a second DRX were getting the read that this was going to be actually just a fake out. The real attack was coming forward onto the B site, but now they get the bad news. Have to try to reposition everyone.
Oh.
Peek at the corner. Hyunmin good for one, but Leviathan quickly trades back.
Anti.
Swing out. Hermes dead. Primi with another elimination.
Primi pagal ho gaya. He's on 28.
Up and under bridge. Trying to see if they can get some additional damage in, but Primi, it's gonna be another
30 bomber.
4K.
God.
Back to back.
30 bomber.
As they have run the last 5 rounds. And they have not had to commit ultimates for this. They still have all 5.
Primi just is an ultimate. He is a walking ultimate. Guy is just... Oh.
नीचे वाले को मारा ठीक है
I mean, this is... When it comes to just pure ability, one of the best we have in the world. My.
He's already got 30 kills.
Yes, he
and
does.
With potentially many more rounds to be played. Who knows where this ends? But Bane, Hunter's Fury able to find value. Leviathan going to be taken down. Player advantage set up for the RX.
Oh, a fake.
Like you say, they're on the wrong side. Freeing alone, back of Orange. Hearing the footsteps.
Nice.
In the corner, freeing, able to find time. And that might just be the death sentence here for Full Sense in this match.
GG's.
Finds another. Jit Boy's gone. Primi, however, still alive. Still a chance.
They were like ultis का wait कर लेते
Have to go absolutely nuclear. Fluid chases forward. Turns the flash. Primi on the peak, able to find one. Freeing, gone. Just overwhelmed. Too many targets. No way to dispatch them.
GG.
And up and over. They were nipping at his heels.
Wow, 31 मारा है.
Close, but just not quite enough.
वो अकेला 31 मारा है 31 कुछ समझो पूरा टीम कुछ नहीं किया वो अकेले 31 मार के कितना ही कर लेता भाई
This team from this organization, but
चलो गाइस आई विल बी सीइंग यू विद द मैप नंबर 2 टिल देन बाय बाय रुक जाओ मैं थोड़ा ब्रेक लेके आता है
a Pearl, a map that very much can be tricky with the macro if you're not on point.
I mean, clearly the warm-up completed here for the side of Full Sense. And if this series is going to be anything like our opener today, could just be, okay, fairly close, we lose here, and now we really start to run things. They are far from out of this, as long as they have a game plan and as long as Primi continues to do the things that he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the hope for this Full Sense team that was no matter what, they were going to be able to shoot. And it did sort of leave them for a while there because DRX was just better, just purely better. Like, they were so accurate. They were hitting every head they saw. Beach balls out there, and then eventually Full Sense came into their own.
Well, an exciting way to go ahead and close out our first map of this final set of the night. Let's pass it back over to the AD to break things down.
There was a world. There was a world.
Oh.
It was very, very close. That comeback certainly had DRX sweating, but They managed to close out Breeze, but just very much so because Full Sense, they were having a comeback there.
Yeah, they were really starting to string some rounds together. When you see Primi heating up like that, getting those big multi-kills, everyone on DRX has to go, you know, you have to give them some respect. You have to go, okay, we need to lock in, focus up, and close this out. But they do manage to get it done 13-10.
Yeah, they finally got to kill him on the last round where there's like 4 of them swinging at the same
Swarm
time, and he
him.
didn't know which target to choose. And okay, that's the way. Right, if you do go 1 by 1, Primi showed that he's just going to get his Yoru ult every 2 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just an unbelievable player. And when you're putting up 30 in these tough matches, they were down, what, 12-5 at one point? So to be able to come back and just keep yourself alive, keep yourself warm for that map too, it really does make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Full Sense, hey, maybe going into map 2, but we have to talk about just how sharp DRX was looking. Mako unleashed here. He was even emoting. We don't really see Mako emoting. I remember there was that content piece where Stack said the most emotion Mako shows is like he tilts his head a little bit. He was up, he had his arms up, he was shouting and everything. That's a good sign for DRX.
That's what happens if you don't need an IGL, you know?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's not so much pressure on you. You're just a little bit more free, and we love to see. We've seen Mako for the longest time already in Pacific, and even before that, be that guy where he's just absolutely prolific, and all Smokes players really look up to him.
Yeah, for sure. One of the best controllers in the world, hands down. And, you know, props to Bain as well. He was able to call a wonderful game versus Full Sense. And I think that, you know, we always talk about Mako and just how great he was. And it was just because he was in that zone because of what the team was able to set him up for.
I mean, I think Mako is really the key player on this DRX team, and he has been for many years now.
Yeah.
If he's able to get active, you can see how he brings everyone else up around him. I mean, so many big rounds he put on his back and got across the line today. And especially with how close this game became, if Mako wasn't firing on all cylinders, I think things could have gone downhill very fast.
Yeah, especially on those pistols as well. They ended up winning both pistols, and then we come a little bit close.
Yeah.
Right? We see Full Sense kind of heating up a little bit later. Only what if they kind of heated up a little bit earlier? And the pistols didn't go the way of DRX. Maybe this map looks a little bit different.
Maybe it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But because we did talk about all of those composition questions that we had on the side of Full Sense. You pick Breeze, a very wide map. Everybody knows it to be very aimey. You have double controllers on the other side for DRX. Smokes all around. And what does Full Sense do? They walk gingerly around the map.
Yeah, let's run the clip. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why we see Viper so often on this map, and it's typically towards A. So this is the pistol round. They want to go A, but they don't have any ultimates, which means they have to split through mid. So they drop an Omen Smoke, but an Omen Smoke is not as punishing. You can see how Hermes isn't afraid to run through it. There's no decay, there's nothing stopping him. And now going into the site, we can see how DRX are able to move so far forward. They have these angles to play with that are just eliminated if you have a Viper wall there. So typically the kind of Viper walls that we're seeing, you go up. Oh, is it working? It's not working. 1 second. Let's see if this is working now. There we go. So you can have these kind of Viper walls, right? They're going up and across the site because they cut across so many key lines of sight coming down like this. So when you don't have it and all you have are 2 Omen Smokes, you have to try and find places to put the smokes that are going to cover similar areas. So, you know, you can go further back like this, cut off the site. You could even go even further because we saw Full Sense like to fight a little bit more forward. And then the most common one that we saw from them to try and get around this no Viper wall problem was smokes like this, and you see them they have to accelerate fast in here and control this line, and when they're not able to do that, it really falls apart. A only really became unlocked for them when they get those ults online that let them scale quickly, that let them dominate that space a little bit more, but you can see how restricting it was for them in their first half of that attack side.
Yeah, I definitely think maybe because of the map changes and they feel like they're going to take more of the site more often. So maybe we don't need the Viper wall, because before you could put up the Viper wall and it cuts off some angles, you can get in and then maybe get out. But now you're like, okay, we're going to commit to the site more. Yeah. And we saw also when they went B, right? You spoke about A and then B. They put the smokes, the CT, or they put all the way for defense spawn and then put the tunnel one because we're going to take the whole site.
Yeah.
Right? But then they still have the same problem where they're not cutting off enough angles. So you're just open to so many different angles when you're coming in, when you don't have an ultimate.
Yeah.
So I think for now, how they played it, it seems a little bit difficult without the Viper.
Yeah.
But I definitely think them picking the map, maybe there's some more that they haven't got to show us yet. On the defense side, also, I think I wanted to see some more things from them.
Yeah.
Not only the Sentinel playing the same stuff, so maybe everything was working in practice really well and they didn't have to change too much, but maybe a little bit more variation.
Yeah. I just think if you're going to swap that Viper out for a hard Sentinel, I need to see better plays from that Sentinel. I need to see more on that defensive side, but who knows what we're going to see from them coming into Pearl.
Who knows indeed. I mean, hey, maybe we'll see a better composition from Full Sense here on Pearl. I do know that Cruz did say that, you know, he was cooking up some comps for this. We know he inherited that from, you know, yesteryear. So I want to see that solution. I want to see Full Sense be able to adapt and learn very, very quickly, because we know how quick these events are. We know how fast these matches can go. They can't waste time.
I mean, I think the good news for me is, like our casters just said, is Full Sense are warmed up now. I don't think they're going to have that slow start that we saw to this map. I think they're going to be able to shoot a little bit stronger coming in, and that is something DRX did have to deal with towards the end of that map. But I just think slightly more polished macro, a little bit better trading like we saw from them in their opening game, and I do think they have the potential to flip this series around still.
The thing I'm worried about is that a lot of times for Talon last year, the two guys that you looked at was Cruz and Frost to fix things when things are not going right. Now Cruz can't speak as much because in the coach position he only has 2 minutes in total, and who is fixing everything inside of the game when he doesn't have a timeout, or he doesn't want to call timeouts maybe back to back or something like that. Do they have that inside of the team when things are not working? I have no doubt when Full Sense everything is working, these guys can shoot like to the highest level that we can see almost in Pacific.
Of course.
But I'm curious, if things are getting tough, who's coming up with the ideas when Cruz can't just take a timeout the whole time?
Exactly, because that was part of why Talon was so successful as well. Frost was very vocal about how Cruz was very creative, calling the rounds, and sometimes he would just be very, very hands-off. So does this Full Sense roster have that within them, even with Cruz in the coaching booth? I said Croach. Pulling up the game comp right now as we step into Pro. We're seeing that double duelist coming out for DRX.
Yeah, so we're seeing Hermie sticking to that Yoru. I do think he had an impressive debut there in map 1. Hyunmin backing him up there on that Neon. We're seeing Freeing play that Sentinel role now, and I think that's something he's actually had success with in the latter part of last year. So I like this from DRX.
We're seeing some more Rays actually. We saw a Rays earlier popping off. We'll see if Dai can do the similar thing. He wasn't too hot with the Jet earlier, so I'd like to see him get online and kind of match up with Primi and help him out.
Absolutely. We're going to see if Full Sense has indeed heated up. Are they ready to take the aim duels now into Pearl? Or can DRX close this out with a 2-0? We're going to find out. Let's step into Pearl and toss it back to our casters, Paperthin and Achilles.
Alrighty, Pearl, to see if this is going to be Full Sense coming back in, warmed up, and ready to send us to a third and final map, or DRX able to find their footing, close things out in 2-0 fashion. So a roaring hot start for them on that map, but gotta be feeling probably a little bit shaken for how much Full Sense were able to run it back.
100% win rate in rounds where they secured the first kill. Not sure if that held over on Breeze, but that's kind of an interesting stat nonetheless. But some interesting changes for both teams in terms of what you would normally consider the meta on this map. With DRX running the Cypher instead of the Killjoy, it could be maybe a little bit trickier to hold B, hold Art.
Especially given that
that is a cheeky camera.
But yeah, that is. Spotting them out. Cage set up. Require. Be identified, TP'd past. And a couple shots up towards Freeing do connect, so he's going to be willed away at down to 70. Full Sense. Spike now getting planted, but all the members of the DRX now arriving.
भाई साहब प्रीमी पागल हो गया है.
From where he left off, Hyunmin now. A bit of a hotter start for him on the Neon. 2 kills in reply, Mako able to find one. Player advantage quickly lost as Jit Boys finds 2. He's only Hyunmin now to try to do it all. About to the 1, but Primi swoops around the back of Halls, and Full Sense will get their first pistol of the series.
A desperately needed pistol there. It's just kind of all kinds of weird. the camera gets all the info in the world, but still, Full Sense is able to keep freeing pinned long enough, and like you mentioned earlier, he was on his own, so just no matter how, you know, Pearl's a pretty big map in the back, and Primy is Primy. Good God, Hyunmin. Also nasty. Nice little angle here for Jit. On the perfect timing, and then baited for Primy to finish. There you go. Classics abound.
Recon double ping.
3 Guardians.
Full Sense maybe going for a bit of the classic Gen G Munchkin guidance.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Love the Guardian. The other thing we should talk about here, in terms of agent comps that I didn't get to because that pistol round just sort of broke out pretty quick, was the fact that you're running a raise here is Full Sense. Again, off meta compared to what most teams are running. Most teams run that Neon Yoru.
Triple push out into mid. Prowler to try to draw some attention towards the B side of the map, and this is the bait being absolutely taken by DRX. Primy has already cleared his way through A, so knows that they are safe.
This is, what's Cruz concerned about? The macro's great, the fundamentals are great. Look at this.
A very nice calling here from Jit Boys.
Spike planted.
Setting up for as clean of an anti-eco as they could get. Primy, though, wanting a bit more towards that dimensional drip, but it seems like DRX may be anticipating this pressure. Wanting to wait to the last moment before they start pushing forward, trying to go down to the spike. Primy able to find 3, looks for that 4th, and man, this is on a different level. Snappy shot from Ty. See if he's going to be able to find the 2nd in the round. The answer is no. Hermes able to shut him down, but weapon can't be recovered. Jit Boys now, they want to push forward and lose his life. Suddenly, it does become a bit more questionable. So some damage dealt where it felt like it wouldn't be found. Full Sense get the 2-0 start. DRX managed to take 3 players out of the equation.
Okay, macro's good, but got to work together in those moments there. You know, Primy's allowed to go on his own. It's got a marshal, it's whatever. When you get that Guardian there, make sure you've got another player right behind you. Bail you out in case it goes a little bit awry. Some off-kilter shooting after a great opener. But spirits are high, some laughs.
Players that died hadn't invested too much, so all in all, not bad. And now you've got Primy 1 away from the dimensional drift. Looks like once again, Full Sense going to look to lean in towards this B side of the map nice and early. That's a very unorthodox trip.
It is.
Cage triggered.
Dodge the Prowler maybe with it?
Results in a catch.
That's what it is.
Ty trying to go up and over the top, and Mako able to find him, but quickly gets run down, just absolutely overwhelmed, and now freeing gone as well. The 2 original B defenders have been displaced. Hermes, however, arriving. He's only going to be good for 1 before Kahlua trades it back. And already good damage as Primy continues to play around Hall. But Bane, clean taps.
Take flight.
Moves the final positioning here. Slots forward. Seems like this time he is reading this well. He's going to go swinging into this. And Kahlua locks on for the headshot. 3-0 start, bonus converted. Full Sense have absolutely woken up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Let's see this again. There's, yeah, that's what that trip is for. Insane. Crisp shots. Bane here, this is nice. That's 2nd. Really good. He's had some moments, even as the IGL, pick it up in the fragging department, but overall the fragging going the way of Full Sense, and in particular Primy. So some shotguns, couple sheriffs, mostly rifles, except for Primy with the Outlaw. He has been quick to pick that up, as we have seen against Ecos. Does have his ult, but I wouldn't think he'd want to use that this round if he can help it.
Got 1 investor in this round from DRX, really, and that is Hyunmin with a judge.
Everybody wants to be Dombi.
Get the opportunity to actually utilize it. Gate crash is set up. Hermes to jump over there to Hall, but Classic. Not sure how much help it's going to be, as, well, Judge now confirmed the Boombot, flushing it out. Sending out the relay bolt. This does have them backpedaling for now, so it's going to be a little bit of space bot, but ooh, he had been tagged and now killed. Remy never having to move from that connector position.